And voted best steak in Jackson. And I can eat as much as an entire football team. Outback Steakhouse in Jackson has added some great new items. My new favorites is Bloomin' Fried Chicken. It's Outback's twist on fried chicken. A boneless chicken breast, hand-battered in bloomin' onion seasoning, fried to golden brown, and drizzled with Outback's spicy signature bloomin' sauce. Without Outback in Jackson, we couldn't broadcast and telecast all of these high school games.
Thanks, Coach. This is Ian Ensilaco at Outback in Jackson. Jackson and West Tennessee has been great to us, and supporting high school athletics and academics is our way to give back to the people that give us so much. Good luck to all of our young men and women in this new school year and football season.
Outback Steakhouse in Jackson, 194 Stonebrook Place. Open weekdays at 4 and weekends at 11. Download the free Outback Steakhouse app and earn rewards.
Minutes away from kickoff high school football here on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM. We've got Jackson Christian and TCA high school football brought to you by Young Hughes Insurance, your local full-service insurance agency serving the West Tennessee area and located right here in beautiful Alamo, Tennessee. By Lonnie Cobb Old Country Auto. Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Autos, nothing's changed except the fact that there's more inventory. Airways at 45 Bypass, located in Jackson, Tennessee, and West Tennessee Bone and Joint. Those were the ones Dr. Adam Smith cut on this here shoulder 15 days ago. Man, he is the best. They are the best. They'll keep you active. I mean, am I not a walking billboard for that? I mean, 2 weeks later, I'm here calling a high school football game with you, sir. West Tennessee Bone and Joint. Find out more at WTBJC.com or call 661-9825 for West Tennessee Bone and Joint. Seabass and Coach Joe Holloway right behind us. Lawson Man. Paul Schulze up top of the press box, and, of course, back in the warm studio, the warm, dry studio in Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM, Michael King producing and directing. Dan and the narrator and Cam Greer all have the evening off. They worked a game last night. USJ fell to Crockett County 21-11. You heard that game right here on News Talk 101.5 FM, and it is now archived for you at WNWS.com. Coach, we just about ready to call some football, son.
It is just about football time at Jackson Christian School. I'm looking forward to it. Jackson Christian has made its appearance, and as soon as we have the video up, and I see it on our screen right now, you will notice that Jackson Christian is wearing the black uniforms tonight.
Tell us about that.
This is the first time all year they have switched to those. They are geared a little bit more for tonight, and it's a thing the seniors. This is senior night. There are 8 of them. They wanted to go out wearing these jerseys tonight, and you deserve when you're having senior night to have something like that. Did cause us a little roster change or two here and there, and we'll tell you about that because, folks, if you're looking for Daniel Brooks, he's still going to catch passes, run routes, and return punts and kickoffs, but he's wearing number 3 tonight. Tacker Nash, the fine, outstanding linebacker, sophomore linebacker at that. He'll be back along with his partner, Chance King. He's wearing 59 tonight, and I see my good friends Jeff Sisko and Brother McLean back there. And they are trying to ask me something.
Well, Coach, you go ahead and talk to them. I'll handle it. Wait over here.
Okay.
423-8101 and 1-800-304-1015. Don't forget the postgame show directly following this one. We'll be on the air until 11 o'clock. We'll check in with folks from Trenton Peabody. We'll check in with Stephen Rich from South Gibson as well, and let you know what happens with South Gibson and Franklin Road Academy, FRA, in town tonight in Medina to take on the Hornets, a battle of 7-1 teams here in week number 9 of high school football. Man, this means 2 weeks from tonight we'll be doing high school football
playoff games, and we'll have a great scoreboard to keep you up with that. But, man, you know what? Most of our teams are going to make the playoff that we cover.
Let's see. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say with the possible exception of the game. It depends. A lot of that depends on what happens tonight.
Yeah, it does. This game tonight has a big bearing on it. Captains are ready to I always like to check the clock a little bit about right. You want to bring your captains out at 5 minutes and go out to the middle of the field. Of course, we've got some young men. Their final game, 4 captains. Caden Clark wearing number 8. Owen Hughes wearing number 45. He's come back from that knee injury. You can see the brace. Colton Nash, who's several schools' bass, is looking at it as a captain. And, of course, Andrew Hughes, the fine defensive back. They are the captains. Now, see, TCA has added one. Usually they have Kevin Davis and number 10, Lopes, who is their fine kicker, but they'll have 3 captains tonight. Eli Morris, who's leading them in tackles. And for Jackson,
Eli Morris is a tree trunk, 5'10", about 215 pounds. Man, you know, it's almost the talking's almost over with. Now, it's been a soggy day here and a soggy evening, and it's supposed to rain all weekend. Coach, what'd you say, about 3 inches over the weekend? What we're looking at?
2 guaranteed, and 3 is the possibility.
So to all of our Lions fans and all of our Eagles fans, here we go. It's about time to strap them up and get it going. But the beauty of it is, because, look, there's no doubt the weather has chased a lot of people away. It's a nasty night. It's cold and it's rainy. But here's the beauty of it. Not only can you listen to this game on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM, but we provide something nobody else can provide, and that's Worthy Road Studio coverage of high school football, TCA, JCS. You can all watch it at WNWS.com. Go there now. Go to high school sports. You can find Jackson Christian. Hit play, and you're going to see what we're looking at right now on this screen. You can see it right here. We got instant replay for you. It doesn't get any better than this. It's even better, Coach. I never thought I'd say this, but watching a game online may be an even better seat in the house than actually being here.
Absolutely. But look at that picture we've got on our monitor over there. And that's the kind of picture you, the fan, can get at home.
And you don't generally see a lot of instant replay on a high school football game that isn't on television.
We have replays.
Yes, we do. We got Paul. Y'all don't. It is that simple. All right, Coach. So under 2 minutes before we kick this bad boy off, see who's going to get the toss, who's won the toss. Jackson Christian will receive the ball to start this game off. The Lions to start the third quarter with the football. All right, what do you think, Coach? How you see this one playing out? What's the final?
I don't know about an exact score, but I believe Jackson Christian wins by 7 on the basis of holding on to the football. And watch me have to eat my words on that, because some nights we got glue fingers, some nights we've had a few pop out of our hands. But you've got to box Kevin Davis in. You let him run, hit the seam, or cut back. Cutbacks, that's what
Can't
he
over
did
pursue.
Yeah,
absolutely right. You over pursue, the cutback will kill you. That's how he scored the 2 big runs against the Bruins. Hey, Outback Steakhouse, the #1 Outback in the entire state, voted best lunch in all of Jackson. 194 Stonebrook Place, right here, and as my friend Gary Dean says, in good old Jackson, Tennessee. Outback Steakhouse. That would not suck to have right now.
No, it wouldn't, and it could be the #1 one in the nation. I guarantee Outback Steakhouse is okay.
Ian does not play that mess, does he?
No, he doesn't play. He gives you good service and great steak, and I love their shrimp, the blooming onions. They got all kinds of stuff.
All right, well, now it is time for me to pass the baton over to the voice of Jackson Christian football. If you don't mind, Coach, I might do a little color commentary with you tonight.
I am pleased to have you here tonight.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Jackson Christian football, Joe Holloway.
And welcome to Ronnie Fowler Stadium, where the 2-6 TCA Lions have traveled across town to Jackson Christian School, 3-5 on the season. This one is for a chance to stay in the playoff race. Both teams will play extremely hard. Weather conditions kind of rough tonight as the temperature is falling. I believe the temperature right now is 54 degrees at game time. And, of course, Lopes, the fine kicker, he's a senior kicker, will be kicking off for TCA. And back deep, even though they haven't gone out there. And remember, he's wearing number 3 tonight. It is Daniel Brooks. Yes, it won't be hard to find Brother Brooks. He's the man with the fast feet.
So you see this camera work with this rain blowing up in the light. You can really tell how it's coming down a little sideways here. But I'm going to be the first to say this. I don't think the weather plays a major outcome in tonight's game. I think if you can throw it, you can throw it in this weather.
Yeah, you can. And, the bigger the hands, I couldn't play quarterback tonight. Fingers are too small.
Hands.
Yeah, you know what President Trump says about that.
What's that?
I'm not repeating that. No,
small hands smell like cabbage.
Now, Jake Wilson back. Normally, Tinsley is back there. Now, he had the knee problem last week, ankle, and did not play but one play. Had a 47-yard kickoff return. Ball a little closer to the left hash marks. Here's Lopes kick. It heads towards Brooks. Will it make the end zone? And 1 foot was out, so he's up the middle across the 20, the 25, the 30. Breaks a tackle coming up the right sideline. One man has the angle on him and wisely runs out of bounds. That way you don't take a chance on a fumble at about the 48, Bass.
Boy, hits right up the seam right there. A couple lines not in their lane. Brooks makes one move to the right and picks up about 45 yards after that. The Eagles near midfield to start the opening drive of this one.
Great opening field position. It will be first down and 10 and actually they gave us a very good spot at the 48. 11:49 to go in the first quarter play. Of course, the Eagles will come out in their versions of the spread. Usually the pistol, 2 receivers to the right. We'll pick those up. See Brooks by himself to the left. Handoff, Jackson Taylor wearing number 25 across the 50 and down into TCA territory.
That's a B-gap dive right there and facing a 3-4 defense at zero technique, beating off the football. Little action downfield, coach, about 20 yards down the field, but I don't see any mustard. Nice 4-yard gain for the Eagles.
Little preventive officiating there, Bass, and it'll be a little chippy at times. They know what's on the line, and these two schools, even though some of these kids play baseball together, travel ball, they play basketball against each other. Hey, this is for the marbles. We don't like each other tonight.
I like that term, preventive officiating. They'll say that was a 3-yard gain instead of 4, setting up second and 7, but already into Lion territory.
Yeah, absolutely. 2nd and 7 on the 49. Again, Caden Clark in the pistol formation. Straight ahead to Jackson Taylor. Breaks one, gets across the 40, has a first down. First down, Jackson Christian School at approximately the 38-yard line.
Boy, here on the replay, you'll notice, watch, Coach, left side of this Jackson Christian Eagle offensive line pulling. Nice kick out there, stonewalling the left defensive end. Big run for the Eagles, setting up the opening first down of this game.
And they say he touched, well, almost the 38, so we're going to give him a gain of 14 yards so far. Clock stopped temporarily for the first down. We'll change footballs a lot. Now they run it. Caden Clark, your quarterback. Jackson Taylor wearing 25 tonight. Tinsley in the ball game. Single wide out to the left. The H-back to the right. They try to run off tackle. Bends it back. Falling in and tackling. And we got close to having a taunting penalty then, as number 22, Brady Robertson, made the tackle after a gain of 2, Bass.
Yeah, I'm going to get you just shy of the 35-yard line. This is what I was talking about. I really believe the Eagles want to establish the running game, and 3 or 4 plays into this one, that's exactly what they're doing. Not because they can't throw because of the weather. They just want to establish that. They ran into 8 in the box and still picked up 2 or 3.
Brooks and Cisco to the left. Tinsley to the right. H-back to the right. That's Trip Hearn. Again, the handoff, and this time blowing the gap like they do sometimes. The linebacker, Eli Morris, the leading tackler for TCA.
Well, they overloaded the A-gap that time. Had 4 guys right there just outside of that A-gap. You can see it right there. Left that edge unchecked, and it was number 53, Eli Morris, one of the captains of this team, closing down and making the tackle for a loss.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 11. Ball in the center of the field. Cisco and Tinsley this time to the right. Brooks to the left. Taylor in the backfield with Caden Clark. Against the 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up outside linebackers. In motion is Brooks. It's going to be the jet sweep. He needs a block. Didn't get it. Slowed up, but dances his way down to about the 37-yard lines and out of bounds.
Right. What's interesting here is you look at the field position, you think, and we'll see what happens with it, but being inside the 40-yard line, you wonder with that play on 3rd and long if this was one of those situations where you don't mind running the jet sweep because you're going to go for it on 4th down here this far into Eagle territory. I mean, to Lion territory, I think we're sitting around the 36-yard line, so wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here on 4th.
4th and 8 at the 9:34 mark, a little out of Will Bartell's range. He can kick one from a little over 40. You have 2 wideouts to the left, the wingback, the power of the formation to the left. It's on the right hash mark. Plays being signaled in from the sideline.
Got man coverage on the far side to see if they can take advantage of that.
And now just a 3-man rush and 8 drop back into pass coverage. Long pass, just overthrowing Will Cisco down the left sideline.
Oh, boy, that was a great play call that time. Little fan to the slot receiver. He fanned, and it was a fan and go, and, boy, he played it perfectly. Broke out of that route. Fantastic. That was number 21, Will Cisco. As you mentioned, beat his man. The ball hung just a little bit out of the reach of Cisco. Loved the play call, just couldn't quite execute.
It was a good play call. The ball goes over on downs. It belongs to the TCA Lions, who have it 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Quarterback will be Goodwin, and, of course, number 7 is in the backfield with him. Again, this time 2 blocking backs in there. Straight ahead, Davis breaks 1 tackle. He's quick, jukes another man, gets across the 40, and is driven back there. And let's see where they mark his forward progress, probably the 42. Would be a pickup of 6 if that's where the spot is, and it is the 42-yard line.
Well, it was Jake Wilson who ended up finishing the tackle, playing run support. You're seeing forcing TCA to bounce it out, but everybody thinks about Kevin Davis. They think about the speed, but, Coach, he's a pretty powerful runner to go along with that blazing speed.
Well, you got to have those powerful quads. 2nd down, here's the run off left tackle. Davis cuts it back. 1 man misses. He spins, got his 1st down across the 50 into Jackson Christian territory for a nice gain. And now there's 1 number I don't have that I'm going to have to check my new roster for. We've got different numbers tonight on some of the players. And here's Bass with the replay.
Let me tell you something. The cutbacks and the field vision by Kevin Davis were fantastic. One of the Lions football players, one of the offensive linemen, the helmet came off. Don't know if he had help with it. He comes off the field for 1 play. See no flags. 1st and 10 for the Lions.
And again, with 2 blocking backs, a little different than their normal positions. 2 wings on it. Straight ahead is Davis breaking tackles, and he'll get a gain of at least 9 on 1st down, so that'll make it 2nd and approximately 1.
Well, if we go back to this, you'll see this formation, Coach. This is what will give it away. You'll see right here. This is called the pistol formation, where he's lined up directly in front of the running back in the line. It's snapped to him in the shotgun, and the running back is usually located about 2 or 3 yards behind him. Made famous by the University of Nevada and Colin Kaepernick when he was back in high school. In college.
And again, this is a little different formation than what TCA has used. Again, to give to Davis, goes to the right side. He's quick, gets across the 35, and gets another 1st down for TCA, their 2nd one of the night.
Well, right now the Jackson Christian offense, or defensive line, as you can see, is not doing a very good job, even with 7 in the box, of getting any type of penetration. You see the right side of that TCA offensive line walling it off right there. Kevin Davis was at the 2nd level before first contact. Can't have that.
Absolutely, and they've got actually playing tight ends. They've got people with lineman numbers. 3 down for Jackson Christian. Now the whistles blow, and the flag drops a little late.
So I heard the whistles, didn't see the mustard. We definitely have it.
And it looks like it's going to be against Jackson Christian.
Yeah, they're going to be called for offsides on the Eagles. Not what they needed there. It was 1st down. Now it's going to be 1st and 5, and it looks like the Lions on the move inside the 30.
And we're going to have a timeout. You're listening to high school football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Not much has changed at Old Country Auto since Lonnie Cobb took over. Nope, looks like they've got a larger selection now. Yep, they still have friendly folks to help you. Yep, it's the same laid-back atmosphere people expect from Old Country Auto. Yep, check out that family looking at that SUV. Yep, think they can buy? Nope. Well, they did and got a great deal, too. Yep, Lonnie Cobb's Old Country Auto sells Airways and 45 Bypass in Jackson, or online at oldcountryauto.com.
Back at Ronnie Fowler Stadium, where there's no score between Jackson Christian and TCA.
High school football brought to you by McDonald's, all Jackson locations, plus Bells in Brownsville. McDonald's is loving high school football.
And Bass McDonald's brings you the replays here on Jackson Christian.
And, man, love having this replay. By the way, Trenton Peabody up 7-0 on BTW.
1st and 5, they hand to Davis, who's carried it every play. He's getting close to the 1st down, spins. He is knocked down, and looks like coming in to make that tackle is Cooper Cantrell, the sophomore.
Hey, Coach, we've got a late flag. I don't know if this was some jawing or whatnot, but this play was well over with. Let's see what we've got. is going to be against Jackson Christian. This was, I don't know if it was after the play or whatever, but that flag dropped a good 6-7 seconds after that play was over with. Nonetheless, the signal was against Jackson Christian, and that will march the ball all the way inside the 15-yard line. Going to be brought down to rest at, let's see, the 11-yard line. So Jackson Christian in big trouble here on this first drive. TCA all on the ground, chewing up yardage, and they're set 1st and 10 at the 11.
2 penalties has really given them trouble again, using 2 wingbacks. Tight formation. They give to Davis. He just crunches up in there. And this time, looks like Tacker Nash is one man in there on the tackle. And we'll see who else gets up off that pile. That's the first time they've really slowed Davis down. That is Wiley, Elijah Wiley, along with Tacker Nash.
Yeah, it's the first real penetration we saw. You could see a little bit of a, I won't near fumble, but on the exchange there in the backfield, and that maybe slowed some things down. And finally, some penetration for this Eagle D front line.
2nd down, a little more than 10. On the 11-yard line, here's the snap to Needham, or Goodwin. And he gives to Davis, and Davis is quick across that 10 to the left side, gets down to about the 8-yard line. So pickup of 3.
It's almost the stretch out of a shotgun,
Yeah.
if you will, to the wide side there. It's strung out pretty well. It's a good job of setting the edge by Jackson Christian, number 45. That's Owen Hughes, the senior.
3rd and 7, wide side of the field to the right. Davis, your tailback. Again, 2 wingbacks for blocking purposes. Faking, sprinting right. Being pursued is the quarterback, and he is going to be, let's say, slung down. That's not a great word to use, but that's really what happened by Chase Birmingham.
Boy, Chase Birmingham does a great job stringing that play all the way out, and nobody bought the fake that time. A little bootleg rollout. Looked like the tight end release, but a great job by one of the DBs. Looks like one of the safeties recognizing that. He went with him. Quarterback had nobody to throw it to, and Birmingham chased him down and ate him up, setting up a field goal of 37-yard attempt for Lopes here.
And
from the
Lopes
right
is 4 for 7, I believe, on the year, kicking field goal well within his range. And the kick is up. It disappears, and they say no good.
You know, I say the weather wouldn't have an effect on this game. It had an effect on that kick. Hasn't had an effect on anything else yet. But the Eagles dodge a bullet after giving up a whole bunch of yardage in a drive that took about right around 5 minutes. TCA comes up empty on their first drive, Coach.
Yeah, field goal, no good. And Lopes is very capable of hitting that. We have 2 of the finer kickers in West Tennessee, just like over at USJ. They have Pledger. Will Bartell, our kicker, is very, very good.
High school football brought to you by Tennessee Tractor, your John Deere dealer for West Tennessee.
And here come the Eagles 1st and 10 on their 20. I really like the pro rule, but high school rules, you just bring it out to the 20. 2 receivers to the left. Caden Clark by himself. Now the whistles blow. Did somebody line up? No, there's a timeout called by Jackson Christian. You're listening to high school football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Introducing the $1 concert deal.
Hello, Detroit! Good night, Detroit!
Or get a real deal at McDonald's. Introducing the buy one, get one for $1 deal. Buy one of your faves and pick another for just an extra buck. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, or 10-piece chicken McNuggets. But you better stop by McDonald's today, because this deal is only around for a limited time. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for item of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any offers or combo meal.
1st and 10 on the 20 for Jackson Christian after a timeout. Here's the fake jet sweep, the quick toss out there. Supposed to be a quick screen, but they had someone, they being TCA, sitting on it. But driving for yardage again is Brooks. So a completion. Bass, that was a tough completion.
No, we need to talk. Let's go back on the replay, because this was an amazing play by one of the defensive backs for TCA. Look at this. They have this thing set up. 7 in the box stacked. You got your man kicked out right there, and the DB, the wide receiver, misses the block. And that's number 16, Joshua Todd, the sophomore DB, who comes in and makes a big tackle. Because, Coach, I promise you, that play's probably still running right there if he doesn't make that tackle. That's an outstanding individual play.
That's how one plays. 2nd and 7. 2 men in the backfield with Caden Clark. They give to Jackson Taylor. He's hitting the backfield, but look at the young man drive. He'll get back to the line, maybe a tough yard out of that one.
Well, you go back and you look at this, and you watch this defensive formation. That's an all-gap stopper. What they're saying is, we think you're going to run the football. Look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men right there covering up every gap. It means if you get past that first level, then you got one-on-one with the DB, and you got a chance there. But TCA said, no, we don't think you're going to throw the football. We think you're going to try to run it, and we're going to stop you from doing it. That's a great defense for that call. Nice call by Coach Butler.
3rd down and a long 6, short 7. Here's the double screen to Tinsley. He breaks it outside, gives a stiff arm hit, and then surrounded. The initial hit was by number 8. That's Connor Graves. Slowed up, and that'll bring up 4th down, Bass.
Okay, now you have some thespians on the field. That's that may be. I don't even want you to show me the replay on that because I don't want to have to watch that again. That was the biggest dive I've ever seen in my life. But Jackson Christian, that's twice now that they haven't done a great job of their wide receivers executing these blocks, these little strip screens, these bubble screens. They haven't done a very good job of blocking on these screens, and it's allowed TCA to thwart this drive when it probably should have been much more productive.
4th down and 1, Caden Clark to punt. TCA doesn't believe it. They're playing what I call punt safe, but it's going to be kicked, and it'll roll a long way unless it kicks back, and it takes a Jackson Christian bounce across the 30, across the 25 down, and will die at about the 23.5-yard line, probably the 24.
That's a 48-yard punt, Coach. And in the conditions, you'll take that all day long.
Oh, every day. I'll take that even in great conditions.
Absolutely. That's a
much
good point.
less bad conditions. That changes the field, turns the field.
Yeah. No, 9 minutes. No, 9 minutes down. No score so far. TCA threatened on their opening drive, but stalled around the 11.
Now, TCA moved the ball consistently except for a failed bootleg. It's a form of a bootleg pass. They faked to Davis, booted to the right, and great pressure a while ago, though, on the quarterback.
Davis 6 carries on the first drive.
1st and 10 for the Lions. They're on their own 24. Straight ahead to Davis. He's got a hold, dances, bends it, gets across the 25 down to about the 26.5, maybe the 27.
Boy, Coach, one thing that you look at with this TCA offense, and if you look on the replay, look, this is a read offense, and right there, and the entire defense collapses down on Kevin Davis, and it's not going to work if that threat, if there's not a threat if you keeping it running off tackle right there.
No,
here's your read man right here, and he crashed down. You got to be able to read that.
2nd and 6. Again, the handoff to Davis, spinning, getting yardage. He'll be close to a 1st down. See Andrew Hughes, one of the men in there.
That's a great job by the left defensive end this time for Jackson Christian. He slants out, forces Davis to cut back in. Unfortunately, he didn't have any help right there. There was nobody there. He gets to the 2nd level, gets the 1st down, and Jackson Christian missed a great opportunity right there. But Kevin Davis getting a whole lot of carries early on in this football game.
Now, he will be, and the strategy is, like I said, to line up with 2 tights. They're using a lineman as one of their tight ends. 2 wing backs, or H-backs, really. They fake, and straight ahead is the quarterback, and that was not a read. That was straight ahead call. See Chance King and Tacker Nash, the 2 leading tacklers for Jackson Christian, in on that one.
Yeah, and well read. And by the way, speaking of those 2 leading tacklers, let's also remember, Coach, they're also sophomores.
Yes, and this is a young team, only 8 seniors.
Yeah.
And fairness, TCA only has 7 seniors, 2 youngest squads probably in our district.
Yeah, and Jackson Christian with a lot of talent that's not even on the field tonight that will be next year. This is going to be a very good team going forward. There's no question.
And coming into the ball game for TCA, they bring in number 34. And then I go to announce the young man, and he is not on my roster.
That makes him Pete.
Yeah.
Love to tell you who he is, but it's not on the roster, then they are Pete.
Right. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 36-yard line of TCA in the middle of the field. We're on AstroTurf, so you don't have to worry about turf coming up. Again, the handoff to Davis. Picks his hole, tries to bounce it outside. Slowed up. 2 missed tackles, and now Chance King, Nash, a couple of others coming in there, but you can't keep missing those tackles, Bass, in the yellow handkerchief.
Well, this is easy. This is a very stupid play by one of the Jackson Christian Eagles. He takes his helmet off and pushes one of the lions in the back right in front of the official. You're probably going to have to deal with Coach Palmer on this, and that was a stupid play. I don't know what – I mean, whatever gets said, there's levels you just can't – it doesn't matter if that person ripped your helmet off, you shove him in the back right in front of official, you are going to get flagged.
Yes, you are. And you cool heads win hot ball games. Your focus is everything.
See if we can find out just exactly the cause. I think let's see. Well, let me say this.
Now they're moving the football back.
They should. They should, because the reaction was not good. But what was worse was one of the offensive linemen for TCA who literally grabbed the face mask and intentionally ripped the helmet right off of that Eagle. The officials saw that. You can't react that way, but the offensive lineman for TCA, that was just a bad play.
Second and approximately 19. Davis on the sweep right, has room to run, gets by one man, but I see King over there, and there's a tackler underneath, but a nice gain getting the yardage back for the Lions.
Yeah, that tackler underneath, Coach, is Campbell Scott, the sophomore, alongside Chance King, the sophomore all-everything, who is just literally all over the field. Look at this lateral pursuit, Coach. That's exactly what you want.
You got to have it, and you had some other Eagles coming. I see Tacker Nash coming off the field, and going in for him is number 32. And playing linebacker now. Well, the number change has got to check this roster. 32 is Everett Wells. That's what he's wearing tonight. And again, I'm used to him wearing 31. Third and approximately 10. Here's the handoff, and this time the best defense played on Kevin Davis. You had 3 Eagles there, Bass.
Yeah, Cameron Wolf and Chance King leading the way once again on that one. Nothing doing. It was 3rd and 10, a loss of 2. That'll make it 4th and 12. They'll call it 4th and 11. Just under 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. No score, TCA and Jackson Christian. Nice defensive stand this time by JCS.
Isaac Northcutt, the senior, will be punting, and you know who's back, the junior, Daniel Brooks, who is capable of taking one all the way. He returns punts, kickoffs, runs the football, catches passes, does everything but change the coach's oil in his car. Here's the punt. High punt. They'll let it bounce. Now you got to find it, get out of the way. It kicks to the sideline. Good field position.
Did you say does everything but changes the oil in the coach's car?
Yeah.
I've never heard that, but I really enjoyed that one. 3.8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. High school football brought to you by Boykin Mowing and Landscape. Mowing, weed control, fertilization, trimming shrubs and trees, mulching, planting, and more. Call 394-7249. By Simmons Bank, supporting high school athletics and academics in West Tennessee. Find a location at simmonsbank.com.
Okay, staying with 2 receivers to the right, Cisco and Tinsley. Brooks to the left, Jackson Taylor, Hearn the wingback. They give straight ahead. Jackson Taylor across the 45, the 40, down deep into TCA territory at the 32-yard line, and that will end the first quarter of play with no score. You're listening to high school football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
West Tennessee Bone and Joint Clinic is a proud supporter of athletes all across West Tennessee. West Tennessee Bone and Joint Clinic is the orthopedic provider for Union University, Freed-Hardeman University, Jackson State Community College, and over 25 local high schools in West Tennessee. With 12 locations serving you all across West Tennessee, West Tennessee Bone and Joint Clinic is committed to keeping you active and keeping you in the game. For more information, visit WTBJC.com or give us a call at 661-9825.
Back at Ronnie Fowler Stadium, where there was no score in the first quarter.
Absolutely, and high school football brought to you by the Blacksmith Restaurant. We were there today, and I want to thank the public for coming out and responding to help raise money for the burial needs for Danny Keith, the late Danny Keith's family. We certainly appreciated all of that. Live, local, great music, unbelievable. Best food you'll ever find. Relax local, eat local, live local. Check out their new menu at thejacksonblacksmith.com.
Bass, we've had a whistle. It'll be 1st and 10 to start the second quarter. They say that Jackson Taylor's knee hit at the 33. No. Bad placement of the football.
Keep on walking it back. I'll say comes to rest, 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of TCA.
Right now, Brooks could run the slant. I don't think that's what's on by the look of the formation. He is in motion. They fake the jet sweep, give to Jackson Taylor, and he may lose a half yard. And that's actually Jake Wilson in there running for Jackson Taylor.
Yeah, they actually brought the tackler in there with the motion. That was for TCA. That was number 34. Good old Pete. You see him in motion. He's going with the motion, man. And they bring the ball right up into him, ran him straight into the motion.
Guarantee you the men upstairs will notice that, and that makes it 2nd and 11, loss of 1. They'll relay that down to the offensive
if I notice it,
coordinator.
I promise they notice it. I'm just some dude.
Again, 2 receivers, Caden Clark in the backfield with Jake Wilson. Hearn, the H-back, to the left. Here comes the jet sweep action, but they look screen first, look to throw deep. Jake Wilson's got it. He got 2 feet down. You only have to have 1, though, in high school. And it's a completion at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, Jackson Christian.
Yeah, the middle out completed. I mean, obviously that wasn't going to be a jet sweep, but it fooled TCA just a little bit. Man, Clark steps up, throws a bullet, and as you mentioned, Wilson, the sophomore receiver, hauling it in, setting up Jackson Christian. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line of TCA.
And the ball on the left hash mark. And the ball is at the 27. If you see the scoreboard shot, well, now they've changed it. It wasn't at the 39. Cisco intensely to the right. Brooks left. Caden Clark in the backfield. Jackson Taylor back in. Straight ahead. Handoff. Bends it as he breaks back to the left across the 20. Down close to the 15-yard line. Now we've got a rugby scrum, Bass.
Yeah, now we'll go back to the instant replay on this one. I want you to take a look at this, Coach. Now you'll watch. It's just simple dive right here off of right tackle. By the way, that'll ball will get down to the 10-yard line. But watch this. Watch the push from the right side of this offensive line. He sees that hole in the B gap. There's nobody there. Yeah, he's already second level. Nobody's even there. Great execution by that Eagle offensive line.
1st and 10 Eagles, and the guard that looped did not have anybody to block. Again, Jackson Taylor tries the right side. Good yardage across the 10, down across the 5, pumping those legs, getting close. Did he keep the football? There, it was loose for a minute. Let's see if Jackson Christian fell on it.
They say he was down anyway, but that was the exact same play. The coaches saw what we saw in the last one, said it's there, went right back to it again. You'll see it, Coach, and the same exact situation. Pull your left guard, he kicks out, cut back inside, clear sailing down inside the 5. Will come down to about the 1, 1st and goal for the Eagles.
Absolutely. It's 10-16 to go in the second quarter, no score. 1st and goal from the 1. Play being signaled in. Of course, the plays, if you see the sideline shot sometime, 2 people signal those plays in. Only Caden Clark and the rest of the team knows which one's giving the real signals. Caden Clark by himself, 2 wings, 2 wide outs. The ball fumbled and now a loss of yardage. This is what plagued us last week at Jackson or at Nashville Christian, Bass.
Well, let's take a look at this replay and see where the snap was. But this is the type of thing you just simply cannot have because you've been going forward. Let's see, the snap. A little bit low, maybe a little bit low, just below the kneecap, but nothing you can't handle. It's pretty hot that time. Looked as if Clark wasn't quite ready for that. It brings it best to rest at the 5, setting up 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for this Eagle offense.
Still 2nd goal. Jackson Taylor, now they're back to the original formation. They give to Jackson Taylor, tries the right side, bends it, breaks it. Will he get it? And now the rugby scrum. To see, did he break the plane? The official, the side judge, says no, he did not break the plane, so that brings up a big 3rd and goal from about 1.25 yards away from.
Well, I know the coaches see what I see, and the interior of this offensive line is absolutely winning the day. There is zero reason for Jackson Christian to do anything else other than run an A-gap dive right here because they're owning it, and TCA can do very little about it. So from 3rd and goal at the 1, I would be stunned if we saw anything but an A-gap.
Yeah, they move the H-back down a little bit, and they get penetration this time, and getting deep penetration into the backfield was number 40 for TCA. And again, the roster.
Well, more importantly right now, still down on the field is Jackson Taylor. Looked like he's grabbing maybe a left ankle or a left knee. It was immediate, but the penetration off both edges. But as you can see, what happens right here is one of the linemen pulling. He gets blown up that time by Eli Morris, pushing it back into the the path of the ball carrier. There was nowhere for Jackson Taylor to go. He's still down. We'll take this timeout with him. You're listening to High School Football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Hi, I'm Grover King, owner and jeweler of King Jewelers. I opened King Jewelers 22 years ago and made it my mission to provide you with quality jewelry at an affordable price. With over 35 years experience as a jeweler, you can feel safe knowing your jewelry is in good hands. Whether you just need a ring sized or want to create a custom engagement ring, King Jewelers will help. My employees are knowledgeable and we put customer service first. No job is too small and every person that walks through our door is important to us. Come see us at King Jewelers today. 16 Conrad Drive, 664-8188. Shop us online at kingjewelersjackson.com.
And we are back at Ronnie Fowler Field where it is 4th and goal from the 5. And Jackson Christian has just used their third timeout, Bass.
Which was a little strange to me because it was off of an injury timeout, so you had the opportunity at that point. But as you mentioned, if they're the ones that called that, that's the third and final timeout. We still have 8:22 left to go here. So 4th and 5. Now look, conditions being what they are, do you take the chip shot right here, or you've made all your money so far on the ground. 5 yards is a long way to go. I don't know. I'm thinking a little Will Cisco here.
Well, they first thought about him. And you could get the slant because the cornerback is giving him. Now, there's a safety. They brought Davis over to his side to take the slant away. Now you've got the fade route. Well, that's out too, is with Tinsley going. And now the whistles blow. They're going to throw the flag. The young man across the road there has got to get his flag out of his pocket a little. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Jackson Christian.
See if that changes the Eagles' mind here. That sets up 4th and goal now from the 10-yard line. Let's see what Coach Palmer will do. Will he keep the offense on the field or try to take the easy 3?
They're going to go for it, I can tell you, in this situation. Okay. Even though Will Bartell, a very fine kicker, well within his range, and even the one he missed earlier, field goal in the season, was just missed from 47 yards.
I don't know. I'm probably going to have to take the points right here. For me, I mean, he does do what he wants. I probably take the points because I don't know. This is not a 49-48 type of game, I don't think. I probably take the points.
Jake Wilson in at the running back spot. Tinsley here on the left side. Drop back. There's the fade. A little deep, and it'll be knocked away, and it'll belong to TCA.
Yeah, that ball never really had a chance. Well-defended double team right there at that back pylon. Was that Lawson getting excited looking to see if he's going to – Lawson jumping up like, catch it? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think you liked football. So they turn down the opportunity at the chip shot, can't get it, and Trinity Christian is going to take over at the 10-yard line. I don't know, Coach. I mean, points so far, 16 minutes in it, hard to come by. I probably take that easy 3.
Well, I'm used to be a straight-on kicker. I don't know. I would have hated for it to have been the kicker in this situation.
That's an extra point. He's got that all day long.
It's at an angle. But it belongs to the Lions, and again, they break their formation. First time they've had a wide out. They give to Davis, trying the left side, turns the corner, gets the corner, and gets about 5 yards on that and run out of bounds. Jake Wilson, one of those over there.
Strung out pretty well that time by the Eagle defense. Edge setting wasn't all that great, but Kevin Davis will make you pay if you're not there. Not a huge game, but a good job on first down.
About 5. Campbell Scott also helping on that. 8:03 to go in the second quarter. Still no score. And Bass, this one does have the makings of a low-scoring game.
Which is why you take the points, I think. 21-0 Peabody, by the way.
Now they've gone to 2 wideouts with an H-back. Straight ahead is Davis. Bends it, lose contain. He's outside across the 20. And now coming up and tackling him looks like Owen Hughes, but the Eagles lost contain then.
Oh, no, forget the contain. Watch this, Coach. You've got to see this on this instant. Watch this. Look at this ankle breaker in the backfield. Booyah! I mean, you talk about putting your foot in the ground and making a cut and accelerating. There's one player on this field that can do that, and he did it. That was all about Kevin Davis. That was perfectly defended in the backfield. He made just such a nasty cut. Not much you can do there. You can either do that or you can't.
You're right, and the blocker did a good job of taking the outside man down the line then too, and then basically Davis bounced it out. It's 1st and 10 on the 21. Davis, the deepest man in the backfield. Again, the handoff. He gets outside as they lose contain, runs out of bounds about the 26.
And look, it's clear TCA's game plan. It's 7 all night long. I mean, he's already into double-digit carries, and we're early in the stages of the second quarter. It looks like it's going to be a 35-40 type of carry night for number 7.
Well, your outside man on the line is angling in. He's taking the angle in, and the linebackers, cornerbacks are not getting there, and he's getting to the outside. Brings up 2nd and about 6. Same formation again with 2 wideouts. The strength of the formation to the left. And Davis straight ahead breaks a tackle and gets through across the 40, the 45. There he's breaking tackles again at midfield. Chance King came back in. Also, Owen Hughes. Those were 2 of the 3 that were there, but he broke tackles in, Bass.
Wow, this is a very poor job, the defensive line. Nice kick-out block, as you mentioned, but all that needed to be made was that kick-out block, and where is anybody else? There's not an Eagle within 15 yards, and you give Kevin Davis that type of room. He doesn't need much. By the way, 11 minutes left to go in the first half in Medina, Tennessee. Franklin Road Academy 7, South Gibson 6.
7:05 and counting. Same formation with the strength, and they kick a blocker. And this time, running the football and getting hit by 3 tacklers. Chance King getting up, Elijah Wiley, and Campbell Scott on that tackle.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Coach, I am thoroughly impressed with this Chance King. Now, he didn't make the initial contact that time. That was Elijah Wiley. Both of those guys have had great starts to this football game, but Chance King, just a sophomore, is any and everywhere on this field defensively for the Eagles.
2nd and 15, and that is Freeman wearing number 15, Harrison Freeman. They're giving Davis a rest. You have a wide out to the right and left. The strength of the formation, H-back, actually have gone back to the 2 blockers, and now they switch sides. Strength to the left. Giving to Freeman. Freeman gets across the line of scrimmage, heads for the stakes, gets a couple of positive yards past the original line of scrimmage, gets back to 5 that was lost plus 2 more.
Well, Campbell Scott recognized the play. He figured it out. He drew up here in motion. He sees it right away, takes a pretty good angle, just about half a step late getting there. So he's able to get around the edge and pick up decent yards, but still setting up a 3rd and 9 for Trinity Christian from the Eagle 42-yard line.
You're right, Bass. 6:07, clock arrested. Davis, the deep man, in the pistol formation. Northcote out here to the right, and they're going to go. They pull wing back and go straight ahead, but what a defensive play this time. And that looked like Tacker Nash, and it was. He stood him up.
Yeah, Tacker Nash. Kevin Davis is strong, but he's not Tacker Nash strong.
Tacker Nash, strongest guy on the Jackson Christian team.
He hits Davis. First of all, he does. Look at this. Let's go back. Let's run this play this replay once again if you want to get a real look at Tacker Nash. Now watch this. He's engaged, throws the right guard away, and just a big guard, by the way, and steps right there. Davis hits him head on and just goes straight backwards. That's a double good play by Nash.
5:30 and counting. It is 4th and jumping in Elijah Wiley. He knows he did it.
He knows he did it, but the question is, Elijah, why you do it? You're 2 feet from the football. You're closer to that football than anybody but the center in that. You want to get a good jump on it. There's no doubt about it, but now you've put them in a situation where even they hadn't really been able to throw the football. With Kevin Davis back there, 7 seems like much more doable than 4th and 12.
Makes it 4th and about 7. Actually, it's a little shorter than that, but big down. 2 wideouts. Davis, the deepest man in the tandem. They give to him. He cuts the seam. He's got yardage, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down. And again, there's Tacker Nash along with help from some of his buddies, one of those being Timothy Craig.
Yeah, Tacker Nash is a fire hydrant, man. He just nothing but, I don't know if it's Tacker, maybe 5'7", 5'8", nothing but muscle. He sheds 2 more blockers again. Now, the one thing Kevin Davis has to stop doing, look, now you can do it from time to time, but you take a lot of chances when you spin and you turn your back to that line of scrimmage like that. He's spinning too much. Now don't get me wrong, he's the most talented athlete on that field, But that's a very dangerous thing to do, and you can get a little bit predictable on those spins, and that's when you get walloped, when you spin and turn around and get a snoot full of Chance King.
1st and 10 on their own 38 for the Eagles. 2 receivers wide and one other, the H-back to the left of the formation. Tinsley by himself on the right side with one-on-one coverage. Quick screen. It floated out here. Brooks has got it across the 40. The 45 keeps pumping and driving those legs, thrown out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. They're going to give him a couple of inches past the 50.
Well, Coach Palmer looked at that. He dynasty saw. Said, "Okay, look, how far off these DBs sagging? About 7 yards from the line of scrimmage. Quick hitch into the left side flat." And as you mentioned, Brooks is a dangerous player with the ball in his hand. He does the rest, just getting into Lion territory.
They catch TCA in the right formation, and it is 1st down. Eagles, they have the ball on their 50.
High school football brought to you by Cambridge Limited Men's Clothing, or quality men's clothing at affordable prices on North Highland.
Here comes the 1st down play. Looking, wants to throw the screen. There's the fake screen, and miscommunication on that one. We have a fake screen off that, Bass. And
Coach, the miscommunication was Mother Nature that time. I mean, because you have a little fan and go route here to the wide side flat, you'll see that. But this, that ball never had a chance. You're not really going to be able to do that on a night like tonight. I like the play call. It's just that's about 35-yard pass before it's all said and done with a lot of elevation on it, and the weather like this is just going to be tough to do.
Rain's coming down harder, and if you look, there's this angle, and he threw that ball into the rain.
Up into that, and that's just never going to work. And the wind and rain just shot that ball straight down.
Great shot by Paul Schultz and Lawson bringing it to you down here. 2nd down and 10. Straight ahead, Jake Wilson, the speedster across the 45, spinning and getting the ball down to about the 41-yard line of TCA.
Boy, just not wasting any time. Jackson Christian on the move once again. I'd like to get a replay here if we can on the left side of this offensive line. That's your H right there. That's Coach, is that number 2, Trip Hearn?
That's Trip
Hearn. Who does a great
yes.
job, makes the block, and allows right up the seam for that nice acceleration. Big pickup for Jackson Christian. High school football brought to you by Southeastern Termite and Pest Control, providing quality, reliable pest control service, termite and fungus control, as well as moisture control and stained fungi. Call 660-1052, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week.
Tinsley and Cisco now to the right, one back in the backfield. That's Jake Wilson. We have not seen Jackson Taylor, and now there's a flag, illegal procedure. I did not see it, Bass.
Coach, I did not either. Don't mean it didn't happen, just means I didn't see it. Update for you from Medina, Tennessee. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, and South Gibson has answered. They now lead Franklin Road Academy 14-7 with 9 minutes left to go in the first half. And a game that you can watch at WNWS.com.
Okay, now that makes it 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. Again, 2 wideouts to the right. Wing back to the left. Quick screen. Let's see if they can get it to Brooks. Brooks heads towards the 1st down, and it's going to be where they said he stepped out of bounds. Now a flag thrown.
Well, it's been chippy since kickoff.
Yes.
Yeah, it certainly has. There's been some shots here. Let's see. TCA, it looks as if it's on the lines, but we'll wait for that call.
Personal foul. You're right, Bass.
Yeah,
on the lines.
On the lines.
That'll be
no
a 1st down.
That was right there on the tag. And, and look, you go back at this play, and I thought Brooks could have kicked it back in towards the hash of the field of play. If you see his lineman come out here, but he kicks towards the sidelines.
Yeah, he should have. He could have cut behind the
cut
big
it back
blocker.
inside. You got 2 linemen coming out there, but he was hit out of bounds late, and that sets up a 1st down. The ball will come to rest at the 27-yard line, so the Eagles setting up shop deep inside line territory once again.
1st and 10. Here's the snap to Caden Clark. Again to Jake Wilson. Being tackled but falls forward. Good body lean for another couple of yards.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Jackson Christian going back to trying to reestablish the interior of that offensive line, because that's where they made their money on the last drive.
Jake Wilson, the sophomore, picking up 2 hard yards, but the good body lean got him that. Haven't gone back to the right. And remember, we had some success running the play with Jackson Taylor to the right. Wilson, the speedster. Jackson Taylor, the power man. Here's now jumping. Were they drawn off?
I did not see an Eagle move. This should be offsides on the defense. It is.
That is about the 20th time this year that Caden Clark has drawn people offsides.
High school football brought to you by Jackson State Community College. Dual enrollment at Jackson Christian Community College. Jackson State Community College. It's a great way to earn college credit while taking classes in high school. Visit jscc.edu or call 425-2601 for details.
2nd and 3, ball on the 20, 3:14 to go. Here's the handoff on the sweep to Jake Wilson. Gets around the left side, driven out of bounds. And a nice tackle by Jexton Johnson.
Well, I love a young man with vision, and this was a great job of kicking this run out right here. Looks like he's going to cut it back inside. Sees his block, gets sealed right there, kicks it back outside, accelerates another 7 yards. That's outstanding field vision and running by the sophomore running back Jake Wilson. 8 minutes left to go in the first half in Trenton, Tennessee. Peabody with a 35-0 lead over BTW.
That one's all over, but the shouting can light up the red R-back victory cigars. 1st and 10 for the Eagles on the 12-yard line. This time, penetration by TCA, but Wilson manages to minimize the loss on this one as he danced around.
You know, one thing that you said a minute ago, and I agree with, they're really trying to establish the left side of this offensive line with their running game. We haven't seen a lot of the runs to the right side of the field, and that time TCA kind of overloaded it. And Jackson Christian, we'll try to take you on anyway. The line's ready for that one.
They absolutely were, and that's going to make it 2nd and 13. It could have been worse. The ball is on the 15, 2:36 and counting. H-back to the right. Keeping it on the quarterback keeper is Caden Clark. Good call.
Oh, it was a good call, but it was an even better play defensively because it looked like it was there, but crashing down the right defensive end that time. We'll see if we can get that number for you. Let's see. Man, even farther out than that from the edge. Man, that was number 40 that time. And I don't have a – y'all kidding me? I got to say Pete for a great play like that as well. Come on,
We do
Lions.
not have a 40.
Come on, TCA.
And we are totally dependent on the roster.
I want to tell them about that cat. That was a great play.
A big 3rd and 10. Now, we're in 4-down territory, and with the rain like this, they will not attempt the field goal, Bass. I really don't think so.
I don't see why not.
Dropping back, Caden Clark looking. He's got Jake Wilson in and out of his hands then. There was a little bumping on the play, but just incidental contact.
I was wondering if they might go into the pocket for that mustard that time, pull out the Frenches. This is a beyond makeable. This is still a chip shot, even this weather. You have an excellent field goal kicker. You cannot pass
Well,
this
they
up
are
again.
going to go for it. I didn't think they would in the rain with the angle that it's coming at.
Yeah, this
Will
is still a chip
Bartell,
shot.
the ball's going to be placed on the 19, makes it a 29-yard field goal. Very well within his range from the left hash mark. The snap, the kick, it's up. It is good. The goalpost disappeared, and it's 3-0 Jackson Christian.
On Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
It's deer season at Tennessee Tractor, and we want to help you get a great deal on a John Deere. The 3025E is the simple and comfortable small tractor that delivers plenty of power, and you can get one with a loader, rotary cutter, and a trailer for just $222 per month and 0% financing for 84 months. That's Tennessee True. Visit TennesseeTractor.com. Offer ends 10/31/19. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. For commercial use only, 10% down payment required. Taxes, freight, setup, and delivery could increase monthly payment. Restrictions apply. See your Tennessee Tractor dealer for more details.
And back at Ronnie Fowler Field, where with the 135 mark, a 29-yard field goal by Will Bartell. And let's see if Bartell, who hits the end zone about 4 out of every 5 times he kicks the ball, and if it isn't there, it's close. But a nice field goal. Bass, good call by you.
Thanks, I guess. I mean, that's easy. I mean, that's, this is not exactly a hurricane here, and we are on turf.
Interesting onside kick coming. It bounces, knocked away, but nice fielding there. The Good Hands team got that one for TCA.
What's that game you used to play? You spin a top, right? Spin them little tops when you was young, them little dreidels or whatever. You see, that's exactly what that football did.
Absolutely.
I've never seen a football do that way, but that was a great job by that. It wasn't really the hands unit, but that front line of the TCA kickoff return team, because that could have easily been a very difficult football to handle. Watch this football, Coach. And look at it. It's spinning like a top till it hits that ground. Takes a crazy bounce. That was number 4 for TCA, Needham Goodwin.
Yeah, the quarterback that was up there on the Now, 2 wingbacks. His powers to the right of the formation. And they're going to go right. And waiting for him and turning him in was Andrew Hughes. Good job. Even though he didn't make the tackle, he blew the play up.
Well, but, with that particular call, you are really forcing Kevin Davis to do a whole lot right there. With a short field to work with, you got one receiver who literally pushes the defender straight back into his path. That was just, I would love to say great play by Jackson Christian, but that's easy right there.
Campbell Scott with the finish. 2nd and 12. Goodwin, the quarterback. Davis behind him. 2 wideouts. Power to the left of the formation. This time Davis picks his spot, gets some yardage, breaks 1 tackle, but the second one slows him up, and that's Jake Wilson.
Well, I saw 2 different TCA Lions who did a really good job of staying engaged with their man and stringing that block out. You'll see one right here, Coach. See this wide receiver right here locking on to his man. Not a hold, just a beautiful kick out block all the way out. There shouldn't have been any room to run there. Wasn't a lot. Setting up 3rd and 7 just inside Eagle territory.
Yeah, Will Allen Smith, one of those. 3rd down and 7. Slot to the left, wide out to the right. Pull the guard straight ahead. And in the backfield blowing it up, I see Chance King and Elijah Wiley.
And with those two, they have made a living in the Lion backfield. But right now, look. The Eagles have the look. You've got 6, 7 here in the box, but they have absolutely no fear whatsoever of TCA throwing the football. They just loaded up and got Davis.
You're right. Clock running at 49 seconds.
Yeah, just being careful. If TCA just they're going to run this clock down, I think, as far as they possibly can, and hope to get into the locker room with a 3-0 lead. And I'm trying to remember, Coach, who had TCA gets the ball to start the third quarter.
They get the
right?
ball to start the third quarter.
So no, honestly, it's a smart move by TCA, and just no real reason to take any type of chance. You punt this football away, you let the clock run, you punt the football away, and you go to half.
That's the. I was going to say they either got to call a timeout or there should have been a penalty.
Well, and in that case, you don't even really care. At that point, you're almost at midfield. If they want to throw 5 on you, back you up, that's fine too.
You're listening to High School Football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Sakura set the standard in West Tennessee for Japanese sushi rolls and hibachi grill items. By popular demand, we have added a Chinese menu. For starters, egg drop and sweet and sour soups. Entrees include chicken broccoli, General Tso's chicken, Mongolian beef, sweet and sour chicken, and lo mein with your choice of meat. For a limited time, Sakura is offering garlic shrimp, a tangy, sweet and spicy dish made with jumbo shrimp. Sakura at 70 Stonebridge. Dine in, delivery, or call in for pickup. 664-2878.
Back at Ronnie Fowler Field, 21.1 seconds left in the second quarter. Jackson Christian leads 3-0. Bass, the one play you got to watch out for is any trickery, but Kevin Davis is capable of throwing the halfback option, whatever you want to call it.
They do that. I'll give you the keys to my truck, the keys to my house, both my dogs, and even let you go out with my sister.
I watched him throw it against Davison Academy on the film I had.
I know the whole term nothing to lose here, but surely they would not do that.
Does not look like the formation they ran it out of. Trips left. They're going to sprint left. They're going to try to hit short and in and out. The clock will stop with about 14.8 seconds. That was number 14, Will Keltner, trying to reach back and catch that pass.
I guess the only thing you look at here is you think, okay, well, with 14 seconds left, there hadn't been a whole lot going on in the passing game. Maybe we can get out of here with this 3-0 lead, and JCS doesn't hit anything deep. But all it takes is one play. It takes one play right here with a first down, stop that clock to get that ball down to the 15. And we just saw he's probably good tonight from about 35 yards.
Well, you got the number 1 passer in West Tennessee, Caden Clark, out there.
Really don't get that.
You get Cisco, who's had 6 touchdowns. They're going to send Cisco and Tinsley to the right. Brooks by himself with one-on-one coverage unless he gets safety help from Kevin Davis. The slant across, they've got Brooks short. They hit him. He's got the football and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 6.8 seconds within range of throwing one into the end zone.
Yeah, because the average play takes 6 seconds.
Yep.
So, and sitting at the 30-yard line, if the weather conditions were such, I'd say, well, if they can get to the 20, they're well within it. We got a flag, Coach?
We got a flag, and looks like it's coming back.
What do you think we had? A hole, maybe a legal man downfield? Who knows? We'll see.
We'll have to see
We'll
what
let the white hat tell us.
Yes. And the Beatles would say, I want to hold your hand.
You're not holding my hand. Unless you just really want to.
Costly penalty right here. And sometimes the hole does help the play develop.
You know. So with 7 seconds, there's really no good reason not to take a shot here. Maybe you get a pass interference call right here, but more than likely they'll be careful and just down it.
Lining up with a safety, now here comes the whistle again, stopping play. Looks like we're going to just take the snap and go down, but I've seen.
Well, Coach Palmer is talking to one of the officials. Not sure what the conversation's about. The TCA, looks like TCA may have called the timeout. No, now we're walking the ball back towards TCA territory. Did you see a penalty?
No.
Well, apparently there was
Evidently
one.
there was a personal foul. Sometimes
I didn't see a flag drop.
Sometimes
did you?
you can talk too much. Well, they're a little slow. Remember, the FAR official has had trouble getting his flag out of his pocket. 6.8 seconds. It's still. Let's see if they fake just taking the knee. No, they are going to run it out. 4, 3, 2, 1. That ends the first half of play with the Eagles leading 3-0.
And before we go to the halftime show, we'll tell you that high school football brought to you by Rock and Dough Pizza. Playing on the brunch every Sunday and Saturday as well, by the way. It's gotten so big, 10-1. Get ready for the ball games at Rock and Dough Pizza. Find them online, rockanddoughpizza.com in downtown Jackson, Tennessee. Downtown Jackson. The Walk by Dermatology and Skincare Consultants, medical, surgical, cosmetic locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Learn more at dermandskincancer.com. By Sakura Restaurant. Sakura, Jackson's original sushi bar, now has a Chinese menu, and they're located at Carriage House Drive. And by Master Fit Medical, a leading distributor of medical, surgical, and dental products to take healthcare providers as well. 424-6383, and you can visit them online at masterfit.net. We'll take this 4-minute timeout, come back, get you some scores from games around the area, as well as first staff hats on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Welcome to Hughes Eye. Our doctors and staff look forward to having you as a patient at our clinic. Our doctors and staff work together as a team to treat patients with outstanding care in a positive and friendly environment. We work closely with your local eye and medical doctors to provide care centered around you. Hughes Eye has offices throughout West Tennessee to better serve you. We offer cataract, LASIK, and glaucoma procedures, retina and oculoplastic specialties, as well as the treatment and management of many ocular diseases. We're proud to offer advanced technology to provide the most up-to-date treatment options for your eyes. Prior to your appointment, please take a moment to visit our website at hugheseye.com. There, you can submit new patient forms, find directions to our clinics, and learn more about your ocular condition.
The Hughes Eye Group, 112 Stonebridge, Jackson. The best in medical and surgical eye care. Call 731-664-1994 and visit hugheseye.com.
For those about to rock and dough, we salute you. Fresh and local tastes better. We make all our dough and sauce daily and shred our own cheese. At Rock and Dough Pizza, we smoke our own meat, prep all our fresh veggies in-house. You'll sing a rock and dough ballad when you bite into our signature pizza, USA. Burgers, grinders, wraps, pasta are just as great as our pizza. And the best Saturday and Sunday brunch in West Tennessee. Rock and Dough Pizza, downtown Jackson in the Jackson Walk, open 7 days a week. Rockanddough.com and on social media.
I can save you mega bucks if you come in right now. What that really means is I jacked the price way up so I can discount it to make you think you got a deal.
Let's skip all that. Hey, my name is Sarah Beth Langley, and if you actually want to save some money, come visit my family at Gene Langley Ford in Humboldt. We are a small dealership with low overhead. We save, so you save. At Gene Langley Ford, we care about our customers. We don't want to push or trick you. We just want to earn your business, and we don't mind proving it with our low prices and excellent service. So yeah, you can be fooled into thinking you got a deal at that big, mega, huge sale, or you can skip the scam and come to Gene Langley Ford. Let my family show you Southern hospitality at its best. Kick back, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy checking out our lot. We'll give you top dollar for your trade and put you in the vehicle that you want to be in for truly the lowest price around. You really should try Gene Langley Ford before you buy. The dealership service built.
Hi, this is Dan Reeves. Please listen up. More people are being diagnosed with skin cancer each year than the sum of all other types of cancer. I was one. More than 10 years ago, nurse practitioner Boer diagnosed me with precancerous spots. She kept a close watch on my skin, prescribed topical skin cream that repaired my skin, but I waited too late to avoid skin cancer. Fortunately, regular visits to dermatology and skin cancer consultants led to early discovery. Dr. Carranza was able to remove the skin cancer from above my right eye with Mohs micrographic surgery. I bet you didn't know that. How could you? There is no visible scar. Dermatology and Skin Cancer Consultants is the premier destination in West Tennessee for treatment of all skin conditions and disorders. They specialize in comprehensive medical, surgical, and cosmetic care of adult and pediatric skin and nails. Dermatology and Skin Cancer Consultants in Humboldt and Jackson. Don't wait till it's too late. I almost did. Schedule an appointment by visiting dermandskincancer.com or call 784-4300. That's 784-4300. The Blacksmith is my new favorite place to have dinner and drinks and just hang out with friends. Close quotes, Hot Mess Hitler. The Blacksmith Restaurant in downtown Jackson is on a roll.
Hi, Jackson. This is Jared Page, operating partner at The Blacksmith. The holiday season is coming fast. Book your holiday and Christmas party soon on the mother of all patios. It's climate controlled all winter, or in our rustic dining room. The Blacksmith also specializes in catering. No event too big or too small. If you can dream it, we can make it. Culinary creativity is our specialty. Community involvement is still top of mind. A big shout out to our local servicemen and women for allowing us to be a part of their family on their recent event.
The Blacksmith Restaurant, open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till bedtime. Wednesday night is trivia, 6 to 9. Thursday night, the cheap seats live at 6. Giving away tickets to every single Tennessee Titan home game. And live music on the patio on the weekends at the Blacksmith, downtown Jackson, across from the Farmers Market.
This is WNWS-FM Jackson. News brought to you by the Hughes Eye Group, the best in medical and surgical eye care. 112 Stonebridge, Jackson.
Back at Ronnie Fowler Field on senior night, where 8 seniors will be playing their last home game. Maybe not, well, it's definitely not the last game, and if we win this one, we have a chance at the playoffs. And as we bring you every week, the greatest stat man in all of the state of Tennessee, he's kind of like Outback Steakhouse, the #1 man. We've got Greg Armour, and Greg, a very unusual game, and we've had opportunities, but all we've got to show for it's 3 points, but that keeps us 3 points ahead, though, right now.
That's right, that's right. In the first half, passing-wise, Clark attempted 9 passes, completed 5 for 40 yards. Leading receiver Daniel Brooks, 3 catches, 34 yards. In the rushing department, we rushed the ball 17 times for 82 yards. Jackson had 8 carries for 61. For Trinity, they passed the ball 1 time, did not complete any. In the rushing department, they rushed 24 times for 91 yards. Their leading rusher, number 7, 20 carries for 100 yards.
He is a good running back. And, the fumbles plagued us last week. We've done well. Just the one bobble down there, snap a little low, and so I really don't know who to credit. We recovered it, so, no harm, no foul. Greg, got anything else? The field goal was, officially 29 yards?
Yep.
Will
9 yards.
Yeah, only score of the ball game.
The only score.
What a talented young man. Have you had any word from the sideline about Jackson Taylor?
Have not had any word.
Now, I've got to ask you this, and you can laugh at me. Are the change in numbers giving you as much trouble as they've given me?
Well, I still have been writing the old numbers down, I caught myself writing, because I know what the numbers are, the receivers, but, yeah.
I kept wanting to, a while ago, 31. I know who that is normally, and tonight Wells is wearing 32, and that threw me because I hesitated for a second. So I hope the fans will cut me a little slack on that, and because we didn't get these rosters till about 25 minutes before we took the air.
Yep.
maybe less than that. And but an interesting ball game. Greg, any observations on this game? We've moved the football. We've run better tonight than we have since the first game.
We moved the football, and it's just whoever controls the football tonight.
Yeah. Unfortunately, TCA will get the football to start the second half, but we have Will Bartell, and a lot depends. The rain, I call it an angle rain. It's not coming straight down. It's at an angle, and that was a great field goal because he was kicking into the rain blowing at him.
Yeah.
And is there any? What about penalties? Have you got penalties on there?
Yeah, Trinity had 4 penalties for 50 yards, and we had 6 penalties for 45 yards.
Greg, while I got you here, or do you need to run to the locker room or anything? We've got 8 seniors graduating.
That's
8
correct.
fine seniors. The 2 teams on the field are 2 of the youngest in the state of Tennessee. But let's talk about Will Bartell, fine kicker. Some college needs to pick that young man up.
Yeah.
If you don't, shame on you colleges, because this guy's a winner.
He can put the ball in the end zone just about any time he wants to.
He can, and a guy that I've enjoyed watching play on the defensive line, defensive end, number 13, Bailey Wolf, his last contest here. And you've seen him longer than I have.
He's an outstanding player,
And, of course, Andrew and Owen Hughes, you got to mention both of them at the same time. And, of course, Owen coming back from a devastating knee injury.
Right. Mm-hmm. So
Andrew, they solidified the corner play. They're very good corners.
At one time last year we had 3 sets of twins. So right now we've got 2 sets of twins on the field.
That's right. We sure do. And, of course, Colton Fuller, and I saw Colton wasn't dressed out tonight. I thought maybe he might be able, but it looks like he can't play tonight.
Yeah.
And, of course, moving on down the line, Chilton Smith wears number 70 normally. Now, tonight Sims is wearing 70 because we're in the black jerseys.
That's correct, right.
And that was a kind of a last-minute decision. Seniors
correct,
wanted
right,
to wear
yeah.
those, if
Yeah.
I'm correct. And let's see, make sure I don't leave anybody. Colton Nash, how could we can't leave him out. Senior offensive and defensive lineman, snaps that football. What a rock he's been. He's got some colleges looking at him.
He's got some colleges looking at him, too.
And I did part of this from my head and part of it from my old roster that wasn't marked. Did I leave anybody out? I think I got all 8 of them.
You got
they
everybody.
are fine young men.
Yes,
This
they
is
are.
a fine school. And, folks, if you want to go to a really good school, good academics, athletics getting better every year, and they've already been good because we have a state championship in football.
That's correct.
Everybody needs to remember that.
That's right.
And, Greg, any final words, any stats you think we need to look for?
No, I just, this wish the rain would let up, but, I don't think it's going to.
And I'm like you. Tell you what, we appreciate Greg Armour every week. He'll be back tonight. We'll be here till 11 o'clock. So we will get the post-game stats. And with the Eagles leading 3-0, you're listening to high school football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back for more exciting Jackson Christian football.
Simmons Bank is a proud sponsor of high school football in West Tennessee. It takes a solid foundation to build a solid business, and nobody understands that better than Simmons Bank. Whether you need a startup capital, equipment loans, money for expansion, or deposit products, Simmons Bank has experienced bankers that will give you the time, accessibility, and service you desire. Come see us at any of our 24 locations throughout West Tennessee, or visit us online at simmonsbank.com. The Simmons Bank team
Mike,
is ready to help you.
3-minute
Equal
break,
housing
not a
lender,
1-minute
member
break, okay?
FDIC, subject to credit approval.
Crispy thin or a puffy crust, one topping or dozens of combinations. The best pizza you will ever eat is just a snap away. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Snappy Tomato Pizza is absolutely irresistible. Every pizza is made when you order it, so it's always fresh and bubbling hot. Snappy Tomato Pizza is absolutely the best pizza in Jackson, and prices will keep you running back. A full menu of wings, calzones, pasta, desserts, and more. Bring the whole team to Snappy Tomato Pizza, located in the Columns on Van Drive in Jackson.
Christian School, your score at the half, JCS with the 3-0 lead over Trinity Christian Academy after 2 quarters. High school football brought to you by Hickman Realty. Get the #1 winning team in real estate. Call Norm and Tammy Reed, 616-6000 or 664-1006 for Hickman Realty. by the beautiful folks at Boykin Mowing and Landscape. They've been doing my lawn. They've been doing the station. They're doing a lot of people out there. And if they're not doing yours, you need to call them and set up something. Seasonal contract, I don't care how you do it. 394-7249 for mowing, weed control, fertilization, trimming shrubs and trees, mulching, planting, and more. By West Tennessee Restoration, whether you have a fire, wind, or tornado damage, a flood, mold, whatever the case may be, West Tennessee Restoration can handle all your needs. 24-hour emergency service, 660-9090. And by Advanced Rehab and Medical, Dr. Shannon Bone, just a great guy. Really, you know what, Coach? He's the reason I was able to pull a Sam Darnold and get rid of that mono, man. Nothing else was working. Nobody else was really helping. Advanced Rehab and Medical knocked it out for me. They can do the same for you. Jackson's Integrated Wellness Clinic. Call 664-6998 for Advanced Rehab and Medical. What about it, Coach? Just a few minutes here before kickoff of the third quarter. TCA will get the ball to start the third quarter. I do believe I have that right.
You have it right. TCA will get it. Jackson Christian took the opening kickoff.
Your thoughts after 24?
Well, it could have been 6-0. It could have been the other way. Both teams moved the ball at times. Thought Jackson Christian's defense got better as the half went on. They found a little honey hole. The question is, can Jackson Taylor come and run the football? Jake Wilson does a good job, but two different styles of running back. Jackson Taylor, the power man, who this is his kind of field tonight to run on. Jake Wilson uses his speed. He can come out of the backfield and catch it. We've got a real white knuckler going right now.
There's not a white knuckler going on in Trenton, Tennessee. I can tell you that, because Trenton Peabody, it's calf rope, baby. It says somebody make it stop. Peabody leading 42-0, I guess, in the early stages of the third quarter in that one. Not that that's like a surprise to anybody. Did y'all go over to any more scores before that?
The scoreboard kind of dried up on us. Mine went haywire, so you need to pick up.
How did that make you feel emotionally, Coach? That's the only thing I really care about.
I almost took an iPhone and helped it achieve space status.
Man, I certainly understand. Here's a score for you in this classification. It means a lot to people in this particular classification. Second quarter score at Fayette Academy. Davidson Academy, the Bears, I believe, Cubs, one of those two things.
Bears.
At Fayette Academy right now, Davidson Academy with a 14-0 lead over Fayette Academy. Let's see what else we got here for you. Man of great size. You know him. I know him. His name's the coach. Dyer County, by the way, the Choctaws on the road at West Creek, leading West Creek at the half, 18-0. Second quarter score, the Red Devils and the War Eagles. South Fulton leading West Carroll right now, a matchup of 4 teams. South Fulton with the 16-8 lead over West Carroll. As we told you, Peabody blanking BTW at the half, 42-0. Start of the second quarter, I guess this is a surprise. 15-6, O'Brien with the lead over McKenzie at the end of one. McKenzie 4-4 on the season, trailing at home tonight, 15-6 to O'Brien. Again, O'Brien,
that is a surprise.
Only one win on the season. You know, a team that we were talking about earlier, Coach, Wayne County, trying to get their first win. It's going to happen tonight. They're 1-7, but what's just exactly with the doctor order? How about an 0-8 Perry County team right now? Wayne County leading 38-0. Coach, what was the name of that high school basketball player? Kirk something from Perry County. That was
Kirk
so
Hastings.
good. Played at Indiana.
Hastings, how you say it? H-A-S.
He played at Indiana,
right? Played at Indiana, coached there for a while.
That's right.
Took them to the state title. Bass, did you have an Adamsville and Riverside score?
No, but I bet you're going to give me one.
I got one for you in the third quarter. Adamsville 7, Riverside nothing. And saw one other of interest. Mine's starting to work just a little bit now. And you never know about these things. Too much mechanics here. And Watertown and Upperman 21-20. That was last night.
Oh, you Bees fans, there you go. Yeah. So we are just about ready to get the game started back here in the second half. Now, here's the thing. You know, when it comes to a scoreboard, sometimes they can be a little bit misleading. This is a 3-0 football game. And not that this should be a blowout right now, but clearly one team has the advantage here to me, and it's not close, and it's Jackson Christian.
They do have the advantage.
The reason is because right now TCA really just doesn't have an offensive game plan. The only game plan is Davis right, Davis left, and hope he breaks one.
And Davis up the middle.
And he hasn't really been able to do that. They had one drive. It resulted in no points. Jackson Christian with a couple of deep penetrations only resulted in a field goal. But look, Jackson Christian not only can establish that run, the passing game is still available. There's so much in this playbook still available to Jackson Christian right now. For TCA, it looks to me like they're extremely limited game plan-wise. It's Davis right or left, maybe busting something up the middle. And other than that, I really don't see any other way for this team to score.
It'll be interesting to see if they come back with the tight formation they were successful with early, or whether TCA comes back with the spread, trying to get Jackson Christian to loosen up so Davis can find one of those seams. Do they go to the trickery in the second half?
By the way, update for you. Thank you from our good friend Dan Reeves. Update at the half, Hardin County leading Milan 14-7. That game down in Savannah. We knew that was going to be a good one. Right now, the Tigers with the 7-point lead over Milan.
And Will Bartell sets the football up over on the far hash mark, or the right hash mark, depending on how you look at it. And he's coming onside kick, or either that or a pooch kick, one of the two. It's onside again. It gets over, but it's going to be fielded, and wisely dropping to the ground is Will Keltner for TCA.
Right, so TCA setting up shop. Let's see where that ball will be placed. Somewhere, what'd you say, Coach, about the 45-yard line?
No, it should be on the 40.
On the 40-yard line.
They're waiting for a TCA ball to come in. You kick your own ball, and then TCA, they'll throw it off.
You kick your own ball around this joint.
Yeah. Well, you always kick your own, and then you swap the football. And like I said, sometimes the manager that handles the football in a rain contest becomes as important as the players.
Look at that shot by Worthy Road Studio.
Isn't that
right
great?
there, giving you an accurate representation of just exactly what the weather's like. Here we go.
Davis and Goodwin in the backfield. Power is to the left of the formation. Not a smooth handoff, but there was a hole you could drive a Mack truck through, and Davis gets about 8, maybe 9 tough yards there.
They've been running a lot to the short side, but you can tell just as JCS has been wanting to establish the left side of that offensive line, TCA the opposite, wanting to get things going behind the right side of that offensive line. Not a bad job there on first down. Good job by the right tackle kicking his man out.
Absolutely. 2nd and 2. We're early in the third quarter at the 11:40 mark. Again, Davis in the backfield with Goodwin. They've got the H-back to the right, or left actually, of the formation. Handoff, he bounces it outside, cuts it back. He'll get the first down just on leg drive, but a shorter gain than they wanted out of that play.
Well, I tell you what, but a nice kick out. That looked like that was doomed from the start by good penetration by Jackson Christian, but just, I mean, look at the athleticism. Look, first of all, great pickup by the right guard on the stunt, but Kevin Davis just, I mean, he can re-accelerate off of a jump step better than anybody I've seen in a few years here in West Tennessee.
Yeah, Tacker Nash with the initial hit. You had Tim Craig and one other young man. Wideouts to both sides. Northcote the wideout to this side. Davis and Goodwin in the backfield. That's Kevin Davis. The wingback, Lopes, is to this side. Now we'll check and make sure that is Lopes. Handoff, Davis on 1st and 10, cutting it back. He's got the angle for the stake, cuts it up, gets the first down, is tackled at the 35-yard line, and that's what you worry about with him.
Well, what did I say to you before the game? I mean, that's the thing. That is the thing that will get you beat. It's the 2 touchdowns that they scored against USJ earlier in the season were on cutbacks just like that. There was nowhere to go, perfectly played, but you cannot break contain. You have to stay back there on the backside edge because that is available to Davis on every single play.
It really is. He jumps sideways. Sometimes his hit and hop reminds me of Barry Sanders' hit and hop, as I called it. But it'll be 1st and 10, and they say
in college.
36-yard line, actually, instead of the 35, 10, 30 and counting. Goodwin, your quarterback. Davis, the running back. The H-back is to the right of the formation, and that's where they're coming. They've got the end hooked. They're getting around the 35, the 30, and out of bounds goes Davis with another nice gain.
Well, if you're Campbell Scott, the sophomore backer, look, he recognizes this play again early on. Takes the right angle. Watch here, Coach. Here you see him spine, recognizes it, scrapes the line of scrimmage, makes the right angle. The only problem is he's trying to chase about like a sub 4.3 guy who literally just runs right around the pursuit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that, Bass. And you want to keep him on your inside shoulder if you can. but that's tough to do with speed like that.
You can barely do it if you're on the sidelines.
You're absolutely right. And sometimes sideline's best friend. Connor Graves coming to the right. There'll be a slot, and that will be Davis in the slot. And they'll send him in motion on faking the jet sweep and going straight ahead. Good yardage for the running back Harrison Freeman, a sophomore. And there's a man down on the field.
Yeah, looks like one of the Lions grabbing his left ankle. Might have got rolled up on there on the tackle. But that was a great job faking on the motion, faking to Davis where all eyes are going. You get a nice lead block that time by Will Kettner. And then was Harrison Freeman, as you mentioned, the big sophomore running back, a coach 6'2", 210 pounds. We'll see if you can get that number for the injured Lion, who is still down having that ankle tended to.
Chance King making that last tackle, but it'll be first down for Trinity Christian Academy, and they have the ball at the Jackson Christian 19, and it's been nothing but positive yardage in this drive, Bass.
High school football brought to you by Cry Like Blue Skies. We love helping our clients, and it shows. Check them out at facebook.com/Cry Like Blue Skies Real Estate if you're looking for a great home or looking to sell your home as well. And don't forget about Mitchell's Body Shop. They got a lifetime warranty on every car repair. Rental cars on site, 96 Riverport Drive in Jackson, Tennessee. Register for UT football tickets on Mitchell's Body Shop's Facebook page.
And that's Connor Graves. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 165. Plays wide out, also plays defense as a cornerback. But 1st and 10, Bass, and JCS got to make some adjustments.
Yeah, this has been a great response by TCA. Of course, we told you Kevin Davis left, Kevin Davis right, which has still been basically the game plan other than the last play. The difference is that Davis has been able to bounce one or two of them out and execute that. So penetration inside the 20-yard line of the Eagles. Here comes TCA, 1st and 10.
And the handoff straight ahead again to Harrison Freeman, and that's just power football right there.
Yeah, but that's also, look, I want you to watch the two names that we have called religiously for this Jackson Christian defense. Number 23, Elijah Wiley, look at that, beating his man, getting low, and then here comes Chance King, the super sophomore, cleaning it up top from his linebacking spot. Man, I'm going to tell you what, those two make a great 1-2 punch, but, I mean, I'm as impressed with this performance out of Chance King defensively as anybody I've seen all year long.
He is the leading tackler, Tacker Nash second, and Elijah Wiley not far behind those gentlemen. Again, Goodwin in the backfield, Davis in the slot. Let's see if they use jet sweep motion. And, again, the fake to him and just Freeman bouncing it outside in good yardage again down to about the 11.
Got a late flag near the end of this play. It was a good job of that TCA offensive line pulling from the left side, sealing that edge. I don't think this flag is going to be a hold. It might have been because that flag came way later in the play, but looks like it is going to be against TCA. Maybe they got the hold. Not sure what the call is. We'll let the white hat tell you.
Usually when the white hat throws it, it is a hold. It's personal foul, though.
It's be interesting to see. We'll look on the replay and see, because you can see they seal off this left defensive end right here. Let's see if this is the – oh, yeah. Try to turn him inside, but got that arm underneath a fistful of jersey. You could see it. Great call by the official right there on the scene. That'll back the ball back to the 30, 31-yard line, 2nd and 21.
2nd and 21, ball on the 30. Davis in motion. He runs the jet sweep to the left, tries to get outside, wants to cut it up. Man comes in behind him. He's dancing. Now here's where he's dangerous. The cut back, but this time Jackson Christian has tacklers there.
Well, perfectly strung out by that Jackson Christian. Now, that play took about 15 seconds, but that's because of the fear of Kevin Davis. But they did a great job of keeping him in front of him and keeping their base. Jackson Christian, great pursuit that time by a host of Eagle defenders.
And see the lunge. 3rd down coming up for the Lions. And was that Nash that hit him first and then had a little help? We'll have to check that out. But it's 3rd and 17. The ball is on the 26. This is 4-down territory for TCA. Back to a tighter formation. The power's left. The ball gets away. Davis wants to fall on it, diving for it, and I think he's going to win the tug of war.
Boy, and that sends the ball all the way back to the 36-yard line, and he was popped as he fell on that football. And I think that was maybe Chance King, and it was. He saw that ball on the ground. He nearly got to it. Credit Davis for getting on that football, but it's going to be a loss of Almost 10 yards, and now it's 4th down and 27 from the 36. Do you punt here, Coach? I would.
No.
You don't?
No, you're going for it. What good's the punt going to do unless you got a good
Because
pooch?
you can put them inside the 10, 15-yard line instead of nearly giving it to them at the 40.
I'm going to put enough heat on you that you can't pooch it down here.
Oh, I'm punting this football. There is no two ways about it. This is an easy call for me, but you never know.
Trips right. Northcote with the man actually on the line of scrimmage is Davis. Nobody in the backfield except for the H-back. Sprinting right. Goodwin's going to keep it. Never was going to be a pass. He'll get nice yardage, but he won't get first down yardage. And tackled by a host of Eagles, which, of course, Chance King is one of them.
We just assume that on every play now, don't we, Coach? Pretty much, because it's usually pretty accurate. You know, it looked as if, and you can see the whole time as he's stringing it out, as if maybe you're going to get one of these little rugby-style kicks, because you're right, he was never going to throw that football, but he just tucks it, sees a crease, was never going to get the 27 yards, but at least does a good job, gets it down to about the 20-yard line or so, and the Eagles will set up shop with their first possession of the third quarter.
1st and 10 on the 20, and everybody hustles to the line very quick as Jackson Christian was ready. I see Jake Wilson opening in the backfield for Jackson Taylor. That tells me we may not see Taylor the rest of the contest. Faking, keeping, Caden Clark's got it. Gets away from one man, gets good positive yardage, about a 5-yard pickup where he is tackled. And that tackle coming from number 23, that's Tristan Drake.
I like what Jackson Christian does here. First of all, the nice read that time, and, of course, crashing down on it, and Clark recognized that, goes right up the middle, but picks up about 4 or 5 on first down. I like it out of that spread formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the wide side. It makes it easier for one-on-one matchups.
2nd and 5 at the 25, 6:26 and counting. Slot to the right. Now they get ready. They were trying to draw him offside again to Jake Wilson. Hits the right side of the line. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is about all, Bass.
Well, I really thought there was an opportunity there off a right tackle. But big Max Spates, somebody who's been injured this year, he's the size for this TCA team. Just a junior, 6'3", 300 pounds. Looked like there was a crease on the right side, the C gap there on the right side. But Spates, you're not going to move that big body. He crashes down, pick up the tackle for no gain, setting up 3rd and 5 for the Eagles from their own 25.
They send Cisco and Tinsley to the right. Brooks wearing number 3 tonight to the left. Quick snap. They give to Jake Wilson. Keep it on the ground. Tries the left side. Spins. He's going to come up short of the first down. It'll be 4th at about a half-yard.
It was close, but I think you're right. I think he's going to be just a little bit short. I just don't think you can roll the dice here. We'll see what Coach Palmer does. 4th and 1 from his own 29-yard line. Clock running, 5:17 left to go here in the third quarter. Seabass and Coach Joe Holloway, the voice of the Jackson Christian School Eagles. We got a good one. JCS leading TCA 3-0 here in the third quarter.
Remember, your punter is your quarterback, but they're not punting. Bad spot of the football. It should have been on this side of the 29-yard line. Now, it is 4th and a long one to me, longer than it should have been. Snap almost over the head. They hit Jake Wilson straight ahead. He breaks out of there, gets the first down, runs over a couple of other people, and now Johnson and Drake make the tackle, but first down Eagles. What a nice run.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I don't understand this roll of the dice. It was not there, and it was completely stuffed and stopped. It was a great individual effort that time by Jake Wilson, but you nearly just gave that ball to TCA inside your 30-yard line, and as I said, it was stuffed. You talk about believing in your team. Coach Palmer proved right there that he does.
Well, he does. This is not the first time.
Because that was out of the shotgun on 4th and 1.
And it's first down. They fake to Wilson, keeping Caden Clark across the 45 and down to about the 46. They'll get a right-footed spot. Oh, they did get the right-footed spot. They made the 47.
They've made their money on the interior of that offensive line. You'll see right here, calling his own number, cutting back inside off the right side, B-gap, picking up 7 yards on first down. You'll take that every time.
This has got to be encouraging to Jackson Christian fans because Caden Clark's only thrown 9 passes. He's 5 for 9 tonight, Bass. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, or 2nd actually. And here's Jake Wilson again getting good yards. He's got his first down. Breaks away. They said he stepped on the chalk line. This young man is quicker than a hiccup.
Boy, he is, and he nearly broke that. You're right. He just steps out of bounds, but he is really running hard right now.
3:52 Bass to go in the third quarter in the territory.
3-0 Jackson Christian with the lead. Just under 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Jackson Christian on the move after converting on a 4th and 1 from their own 29-yard line. They got that done, setting up shop here 1st and 10 just inside Lion territory.
Here is the little screen. It was slow developing, but Tinsley gets it, breaks the tackle. One man, he probably, because he was going to get a block, but Tinsley gets the first down. One man for TCA saved a touchdown.
Great play there. Just enough by Clark to get on the screen right there underneath from the hash. I thought that ball was going to hit the ground. He goes to the shoestrings and picks it off the turf. Does Peyton Tinsley that time for the big gain. And as you mentioned, one man to beat her. That had been 6. Kenny Sutherland, a 5-star realty. He's a home buying expert. Call Kenny on his cell at 444-1164 at the office, 661-9000, and search for your next home at kennysutherland.com.
And watch for the outside linebackers, plus somebody wants to dance in that A-gap. Fumbled, football loose. TCA is going to have it. That may be spate on the football for TCA. That was mishandled from the get-go, Bass.
That was number 72, Dalton DeLoach, the big freshman, who just, I think he got knocked down and landed right on the football. If that's the case, it's going to be Lion football. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Both teams say they have the ball.
Well,
we want to tell you.
You know how the wrestling match is.
We don't see the football. There's the football. Is there a clear recovery?
Incomplete pass.
Okay. They're calling that when those little shuttle passes. So that when those balls hit the ground, that's an incomplete pass. Okay, no problem.
Very good call. Give the officials credit. Yes, it is.
And even though it looks like that is still considered a pass. Great call by the Zebras.
2nd and 10 though for the Eagles. Here's Caden Clark on the keeper on the zone read. Cuts back, gets across the 25. He'll spin. They'll start tugging at the football, which gives him extra yardage with the push of the pile across the 20. First down, Jackson Christian.
Well, let's give this credit where it's due. Going back on the replay, you will see that Trip Hearn, number 2, right here. Watch this, Coach. Watch the block. He kicks out on the backer right here. Also that right tackle, Cameron Manners, both seal their blocks. And then they do the rest. That's Caden Clark doing the rest, but he'll get the glory, but credit goes to those 2 great blocks by Hearn and by Manners.
2 of my former students, Bobby and Missy Hearn, his parents. It is first down for the Eagles. Here's the quick to Brooks. Brooks dances, breaks away from one guy. There was a horse collar that the officials missed. It was hard to see it, but they did miss the horse collar. You put that hand on the back of the shoulder pads, it should be a horse collar.
Hey, tell them to come up here and check out this replay. We'll show them.
Yeah.
3-0. Eagles on the march once again, looking for more.
9.5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and about 2 feet. Caden Clark, your quarterback. He's now 6 for 11. Brooks to one side, Cisco and Tinsley to the other. In the backfield, Jake Wilson, the sophomore, in place of Jackson Taylor. Quick out again to Brooks. Brooks makes one man miss. Can he make the second one? He gets across the 10. It'll be a short game. Probably put him down, about the 9 back?
Yeah, the more you get the ball in the hands of number 3, the more good things are going to happen. Brooks, extremely explosive. Gets that one-on-one matchup. Just a little bit too much penetration for Trinity Christian. Didn't blow the play up, but that could have been an even bigger play. That was Will Allen Smith, the sophomore DB.
First and goal for the Eagles, and I'm going to tell you what, he could be on Dancing of the Stars. Brooks could. Here is the fake, and Caden Clark keeps it short game. He's wrestled down by 2 Eagles, Harrison Freeman, one of them.
Coach, you mentioned no Jackson Taylor to start this third quarter. Have we seen him on this drive at all?
We have not seen him in the football game in the second half. He can also play defense sometimes. Very good defensive player.
He was responsible for a lot of the power running in the first half in between tackles. Now it's been a little bit more relegated to Clark calling his own number. He's got Wilson in the backfield with him this time.
2nd and goal from the 9, 48 seconds left. Jet action, a little slow. Here's Tinsley, though, getting it, breaking it back, and the big man, who's a pretty good rebounder, giving ground. Let's see where they mark his forward progress.
I can honestly say that's one of the first times I've ever seen a jet sweep man in motion going one direction, end up going around the other end on the ball carrier. that doesn't happen very often, but it was stonewalled by interior penetration. You see it right there, Coach. That's the player that blew the play. Eli Morris, the defensive lineman, his penetration forced the ball carrier to cut back and go the other way, and the pursuit arrived after that. That was all about the 3 technique, Eli Morris.
And 9 seconds left, clock running. Let's see if they go ahead and run a play. The slot is to the right again. He tried to draw him offside, and this time I think Jackson Christian jumped. Or did the quarter run out?
No, the flag. Now, we are out of time. That is true in the third quarter, but let's see what happens because they're talking about it right now. First, all right, we'll find out on the other side. That's the end of the quarter. So your score after 3, Jackson Christian 3, Trinity Christian nothing on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Masterfit Medical Supply is on a mission, and that mission is to supply everyone with premium medical equipment at savings you wouldn't find elsewhere. At Masterfit Medical Supply, we represent over 200 medical equipment and supply manufacturers and over 90,000 products, much of it in our warehouse right here in Jackson. Defibrillators, monitors, EKGs, pumps, sensors, and more. So when you need more affordable medical supplies, call Masterfit Medical Supply at 554-1223.
Stadium where we have a real white knuckler. Jackson Christian 3, TCA nothing.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing my fantasy football team name from Bullwinkles in the House to Amana Radar Range. What do you think about it, Coach?
That could work. How about the Jackson Sudavakers?
The Jackson Sudavakers. So here we go, Coach. 12 minutes left to go in this one. It's anybody's ball game. You got to think that if the Eagles can break that goal line and make it a 2-possession game, it could be very difficult for TCA.
And it's going to be 3rd and goal. Remember, it's 3rd and goal, Bass, from the 14, though, after the 5-yard penalty.
Well, I sure would have liked to have that first field goal, Coach.
Yes, it's looming bigger. You are turning into a prophet. Here's Caden Clark, 3-step drop, under pressure, throws a wounded duck up there. It bounces around and is knocked around, falls harmlessly to the ground.
Boy, I tell you what, now I want you to go back and you look at this replay. Now, when this ball, when they make contact, by the way, Kevin Davis looks like he's down in the end zone. We'll get back to that here in just a second. But on this replay, look here, as Clark throws the ball up right here in the middle, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players right there in the middle of the end zone. You cannot make that throw.
No, and you knew they figured that they were going to Tinsley. Now you got, 2 players down, one of them Harrison Freeman. Is that Davis, the other one?
Yeah, it looks like Davis is dealing with cramps right now. And, yeah, I know. It's like 7 outside and raining, and it is week number 9, but that's exactly what's happening right now. They're stretching Kevin Davis out. He looks to be okay. Really same thing for number 15, Harrison Freeman. Both of them look like they're dealing with some cramps. We'll tell you about some of the people that bring you high school football in the meantime, like Old Town Spaghetti Store. Try the spaghetti and meatball special, including salad and bread for just $5.99 every day, Monday through Friday for lunch from 11 to 2 at Carriage House Drive right here in Jackson by Young Hughes Insurance, your local full-service insurance agency serving the West Tennessee area and located in the beautiful metropolis of Alamo, Tennessee. And don't forget about our great friends over at McDonald's, man. Holy smokes. I am loving it. All the Jackson locations, plus Bells and Brownsville. McDonald's is loving high school football. Here we go, Coach.
31-yard field goal attempt by Will Bartell. He was successful from 29. This one looks almost straight on, Bass. NFL extra point, the snap, the kick. It looks good, and the referees say it is good from 31. Jackson Christian 6, TCA nothing.
Your new scores, Coach just told you here at Jackson Christian with 11:47 left to go in the football game. It's JCS 6 and Trinity Christian nothing on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
This is Tammy Reed with Hickman Realty Group. What does real estate and football have in common? Both have to have team players. Both are trying to make it to the goal, and in the end, the best team always wins. That's why you need a winning team working for you. With over 75 years combined experience, no other agent or teams come close to the sales of the Reed Nelson team for the past 10 years. Put the team with a winning record to work for you today. Call the Reed Nelson team, Hickman Realty Group, 664-1006. Visit our website at reedteam.com.
Back hit body foul the field. Jackson Christian leads 6-0. 11:47 to go. TCA gets the football, and the ever dangerous Kevin Davis has come up to about his 30-yard line, anticipating a short kick pass.
Remember, he just was dealing with cramps just about 2 or 3 minutes ago.
And here's the kind of onside kick. This one will go out of bounds and actually give good field position.
Nope. That ball hit a line. That ball absolutely hit number 16. I don't know if the official spotted that or not. We'll see.
I don't think they did.
Well, we'll go back to the play. It's a lot easier for me to say that sitting up here and with instant replay, but I am absolutely positive. And we'll check out the instant replay and see if that ball, in fact, did hit one of the lines. But I have no doubt, and the Jackson Christian sideline basically said the same thing.
Well, it did then, because they wouldn't have put it on the 30. They would have put it on the 35.
That ball definitely hit a line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 30-yard line.
70 yards away from pay dirt. 11 minutes, 47 seconds. The most dangerous running back possibly in the state of Tennessee. Well, possibly in the world. It's up to the Jackson Christian defense. Here's the snap to Goodwin. He gives to Davis, trying the right side. They've got leverage, but he still manages to turn the corner and get a couple of yards. And they had good positioning.
Yeah, strung out pretty well. We got an injured Lion down there in the backfield right around the 25-yard line. We'll let you know who that is here in just a second. That's the second time I've seen that little stretch out of the shotgun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we've got one of the offensive linemen. Looks like they may have got their feet tangled up. That's number 54, looks like. That is Whithurt, the senior offensive lineman for TCA. He's up, limping a little bit. He's getting a little help getting off the field. TCA doesn't have a whole lot of depth. So as we get here in the later stages of this game, they can ill afford too many injuries.
Yeah, you're right about that. See some fresh bodies coming on for Jackson Christian in the defensive line area. Coming in, we'll pick those young men up. First, or actually second down and 8 for the Lions with 11:39. Davis in the backfield with Goodwin straight ahead. And this time I see a lot of blue shirts getting penetration.
Well, and that's easy to do when you see what happens right here. You go back to the replay, Coach. You'll see out of this shotgun snap that the quarterback gets the ball, but look, he has a hard time holding on to it. Bobbles it a little bit before he finally gets it there into the stomach of Davis, and by that time, that Jackson Christian defensive line has already gotten penetration. It stops it in the backfield, setting up 3rd and looks like, what do you call this, 11?
3rd and 9 now. Loss of a yard. 11:08 and counting. They'll bring trips to the left of the formation, and Davis again in that spot. He's on the line, so you won't see him running at jet action. Now it's 4 receivers to the left and sprinting left. Pressure, short pass, and stopped. Owen Henderson the first. There's Nash, King. Let's all meet Campbell Scott.
Wow.
Let's meet at the pass.
That was a sneaky little play right there by TCA. Just releases that H. Just like a little 2 or 3 yard pass. The H disguises like he's going to block. Right here you see him pull out over here, and he just releases from the line of scrimmage. They kind of look like they want to set up maybe almost a tight end screen, but he was ahead of his blockers. But now TCA feeling the desperation. They're a yard short. Do they go for it? Do they chance it once again, Coach?
They are going for it on 4th down.
Because why not?
Only 2 people, unless they run that same play, either Davis or Harrison Freeman. They could keep it with the quarterback, Goodwin, but I'm believing it's got to be one of those 2, and you got to come up and run press coverage.
Kevin Davis
now.
in the left
Here's
slot.
the jet fake, and let's see if they can get Freeman, a big, strong young man. He breaks a tackle and gets the 1st down.
You know, put it this way, when they've sent Kevin Davis in motion, they've rarely gave him the football. He's been the decoy in motion, and Freeman's been the benefactor as he was that time. Very little doubt where that football was going. Was contacted 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Nash couldn't wrap him up. That wasn't Nash, excuse me. One of the defensive linemen, maybe that 3 technique. Yeah, that was, see if I can get the number on that here in just a second. He couldn't get the tackle. 1st down, Trinity Christian rolling the dice once again, and it pays off.
Okay, we've got Davis in the slot. Harrison Freeman, the 210-pound sophomore, in the backfield. Here comes the jet. It's Davis to the right side. He gets outside the contain. He's got good yardage. Heads for the 1st down stake. Gives a stiff arm, gets the first down. It appears we'll have to check because they dropped the stakes for safety.
You just can't let that happen right here if you're Jackson Christian. You have to set that edge. We go back to the replay, and you'll see you got one man out here, Coach, but his job is not to get sealed by Freeman, but that's exactly what happens. And when he does, Davis jets just right around him. You don't have to make the tackle there, Coach. You have to force the play back inside, and absolutely, no matter what happens, not let it go around you.
Well, you've got to make contact and get rid of it. You do not let that blocker tie you up. 1st and 10 on the 44 of Jackson Christian. Here comes Davis again. Fake jet action ahead, straight ahead, and this time Chance King there for one hit. Tacker Nash another hit, and this time Freeman got stopped.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be real interested to see if they call a personal foul here. I don't think they should. They may be calling a horse collar here on Chance King. Man, I don't know. They're going to say face mask on Chance King. Okay, I'd like to get a replay. This is a great play, and it looked like you've taken a calf down in West Texas. Watch this, Coach. Here's Chance King stepping up the line of scrimmage, meets Freeman right there, and he pulls him out to see. No, he doesn't have the face mask, but what happens is he's got his hand, and it slid underneath the back of his helmet. See that right there, Coach?
Yeah,
yeah. It's not a horse collar.
Either way, but it's you cannot make that tackle. That's part of the new National Federation rule. Another first down. It gets it down to the Jackson Christian 30. Davis outside, and they're having a little trouble, though. They stopped Freeman that time, but the 210-pounder pretty tough. This time, Davis could go in motion, but he's not. They're looking to run the little short shuttle pass here. And the quarterback, Goodwin, gets outside, gets good yardage, breaks a tackle, and gets down close to the 21-yard line, Bass, for a gain of about 9.
Yeah, the quarterback kept rolling in the crowd here, wanting a hold. I didn't see it, but the wanting a hold right there. But just continuing to roll to his left across his body. Needham Goodwin, the sophomore quarterback, breaks a few tackles. Let's see. I still don't see the hold.
It's a hold right there. The guy that went down was held. Had a handful of jersey and slung him down.
By the way, 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter in Medina, Tennessee. South Gibson leading FRA 14-13 in a game that you can watch at WNWS.com, and we may get some bonus coverage of that one if this game ends earlier.
Here's Davis on the jet sweep to the right, got 3 blockers out in front, cuts it up, heads towards the goal line. One man probably saved it. The safety or cornerback might have knocked him out, but good yardage and a first down.
One man did save that touchdown. That was Jake Wilson.
Yeah.
If he doesn't make that tackle, which was strung out beautifully, but it looks like we've got some mustard on the field. Coach, this one may be coming back.
That could be the reason the play was so successful. That's what Dave Wade always says. And shout out to Dave and also to David Cisco tonight, too.
David Wade, I'm sitting somewhere right now in East Tennessee trying to avoid getting the West Nile virus. I can see it now.
He's trying to decide whether to go watch UT or not tomorrow.
Eating a Pop-Tart, getting ready to go to the UT game, trying to avoid the West Nile virus.
Oh, that penalty, a crushing blow for TCA, who had a good play. And you have to give, even though it's coming back, Jake Wilson did save it. Owen Henderson was trying to get over there to cut it off if they got past Jake. Still second down, Bass.
Devastating penalty there for TCA.
Yeah. Second and about, I say 17. The scoreboard says 16. Here comes Davis in motion, faking the jet sweep, giving to Freeman straight ahead. He'll get some positive yards, but not the kind he got earlier. And the whistle, sometimes I think they're holding off on the whistle a little long, Bass.
Falls forward to the 33-yard line, going to set up 3rd and 13. Question is now, because they are clearly way out of field goal range right now, and they need a touchdown as it is. Will they go to the air? Have they completed a pass tonight?
Yes. Remember they had the little short, what I call a shuttle-type pass, only it's not really
the only one they've completed tonight?
Yeah, you fake the run like you're running it, and you got a man that goes out in the flat.
Well, you can see, Kevin Davis, he's not limping, but, he's had to do so much tonight. You can see he's starting to slow down just a little bit. Now he's almost to human level.
3rd and about 14, Bass. Here's Davis in motion. Jet sweep to the left, cuts it up, falling back in there, but some nice defense for a short gain of about 1. And that had to be Bailey Wolf, one of the guys that fell back in there.
That was Campbell Scott, the sophomore.
Campbell Scott, the finisher.
Look right here. He disengages from that block, reads it perfectly, steps up, makes a beautiful form tackle there, setting up 4th and long, 4th and 13 from the 33. TCA cannot run the football 13 yards here, I wouldn't think. You know what's coming. You can't let anybody get behind you, especially if that number is 7. But he could end up being a decoy here, Coach.
Could you run a reverse, or you throw the little short pass out into the flat and hope that one of the guys can run with it? Here's the sprint right, keeping Goodwin. He's across the line of scrimmage, but it won't. It's complete to Davis. Oh, I think we've had a call missed. I think it was
I thought he was fine.
Check your stake.
Yeah, we'll go back and see the replay. The line of scrimmage was the 33. He would have to be all the way past the line of scrimmage. We'll see where he releases that football. No, he's fine. He throws that ball. Yeah, I know he is. He throws that football about the 34.
I'm at a different vantage point than I normally see the football.
I had the luxury of the instant replay, but he let that ball go at the 34.
1st and 10, and the ball's on the 13. TCA can get a first down in Jackson Christian territory. Straight ahead, Davis. He's got good yardage. He's got 6. He takes it 13 yards, and TCA has tied this game up.
Holy smokes, what an answer, Coach. Right up the middle. 4th and 13 conversion. You simply cannot let it happen. Jackson Christian gets burned. Kevin Davis beats him, converts on the first down, and the next play scampers in from 13 yards with an extra point for the lead.
And Lopes is a very good kicker. He's a senior, 5'11", 165. He also handles punting chores. Soccer player, I believe, in the, I won't say off season because that may be his main sport. His kick is up. The goalpost disappears. The referee says it is good. And TCA has taken a 7-6 lead. You're listening to high school football on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
At Home Medical Products, we provide patients with products to make sure you breathe, sleep, move, and live well. With items like nebulizers, travel oxygen, CPAPs, hospital beds, wheelchairs, scooters, lift chairs, commodes, and so much more. You have a choice when choosing home medical companies. It's the patient's choice. Make the right choice. Locally owned and operated Home Medical Products. Call 877-660-0084 or find them online at hmpinc.net.
At Ronnie Fowler Stadium, and the Lions have taken a 7-6 lead over the Eagles of Jackson Christian School, and you can't let that deflate you though, Bass. You've got to come back here with a vengeance right now.
Oh, there's no question. Look, Jackson Christian still has plenty of ammunition in that play calling book, and I'm expecting Darby Palmer to come up with something fantastic. They've proven they can move the football on this team. The question is, can they convert? TCA with a huge answer here.
And Lopes to kick off. Deep is Brooks and Jake Wilson. Let's see if he blasts it or kicks it short. He's going to blast it and try to get it over Brooks' head, and he does, about 5 yards in the end zone. So Jackson Christian will have to travel 80 yards for
There's some of
touchdown.
those that you know as soon as it hits the tip of that shoe, and that right there, there was no doubt that Brooks was not going to get a chance to run that one out. High school football brought to you by West Tennessee Bone & Joint, keeping you active. Find out more at WTBJC.com or call them at 661-9825.
Okay, Caden Clark brings his team out 80 yards away, 6'11", throwing tonight. He'll have Jake Wilson in the backfield. Trip Hearn, your H-back. Cisco, Tinsley to this side. Brooks by himself with single coverage. Keeping the ball is Caden Clark, and he's jammed up. There are several tacklers there. Goodwin, one of them. Brady Robertson, another one, and one more young man. Probably a short loss.
Yeah, not much doing there, right? That time playing blown up. Clark trying to call his own number, which that's been kind of the deal here in this Reed offense. In the second half, he's been calling his own number. As you mentioned astutely, we haven't seen Jackson Taylor here in the second half.
Actually turns out to be about 3.5. I think they let the pushback influence where they spotted the football. Again, Tinsley and Cisco is going to be to the right. And bringing them out is Caden Clark.
See if we can get Cisco involved. Haven't seen him much tonight. See if we can get him involved here. But he's guarded by Davis, but he does have about a 15-yard cushion.
Here's motion by Hearn. You get out there in front of Tinsley, who's got it to 20, the 25, and lost the football. It's going to be a mad scramble, but everybody's indicating Jackson Christian. It'll be close to a first down, but short.
Coach, I want you to watch this now. It's a nice strip of the football, but the defender, maybe after, I don't know if he realized that he'd stripped the football. So here's the catch out around the 15, follows his blocks. The defender fumbles the football, but he's rolling and spinning and doesn't see it. And by the time one of the lines see it, it's too late. Number 2, Trip Hearns found the football.
And it's going to be 3rd and 1, an official timeout. And looks like we've got is that an injured line?
Yeah, it would have to be at this point. High school football brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware, locally owned on North Highland, the place for the helpful hardware folks, and by Sarah Cadillac, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, and Kia. Sarah, Chevrolet, Cadillac, GMC, and Kia. One destination, so many choices. Find them online at sarahjackson.com, and you can shop right here in town at 189 Stonebridge Boulevard.
3rd and 1. You're in the shotgun, Bass. That's where some people question it. 3 down linemen, linebackers coming in the A gap. Keep Clark. He's going to be short, and it'll be a punting situation with 4:51.
Well, he didn't need much. He didn't get any, did he?
No, he may have even lost an inch or two, and maybe a little more than that.
Well, there's no question what's going to happen. They're definitely, if they've gone for it all night long, they're definitely going to go for it right here. But TCA's been much stouter against this Reed in the second half. Let's see what happens. Again, no power running backs back there with him. Maybe Jake Wilson comes back there. Let's see if Caden Clark calls his own number.
4th and 2.
Play of the game right here.
Same formation. This could easily be the football game. The H-back is to the right. They're going to go quick screen to Tinsley. Tinsley's got it across 30, 35, down to the 40, maybe the 41. And we've got a little rooster fighting, chicken fighting, whatever you want to call it.
Coach, you saw me point to the screen right here because of lagging off the ball like that in the short distance right there. You could see that's setting up. They've been taking Cisco and bring him up, taking that block and kicking out that defender. They've ran it a couple of times with success. No surprise on that play call.
1st and 10 Eagles on their own 41, 4:02, trailing by 1. Here's the straight handoff. Jake Wilson's got yards across the 45, the 50, the 45. He's got one man to beat, and that's Kevin Davis. Jukes him, cuts back. This time the cutback, though, runs him into a tackler, but a nice gain and a first down for Jake Wilson.
Boy, let's go back and diagram this play and take a look at it. Watch the interior of this offensive line. Left guard pulls, kicks out, finds that. Mike seals him off. And holy smokes, Jake Wilson finds a lane right there in between the hashes and gets down to the 31-yard line. Just what the doctor ordered.
And a nice stiff arm by him. But you're right. They wall the Mike linebacker off pretty good.
That was a perfect execution on that play.
1st and 10 on the 32-yard line of Trinity Christian Academy. Daniel Brooks to the left, Cisco and Tinsley to the right. Hearn, the H-back, is to the right of the formation. They send Brooks in motion. Jet sweep coming. He needs a block. Cuts it upfield, gets some yardage across the 30, and goes out of bounds. Nice run, though, Bass, after it looked like it's going to be blown up.
Well, a couple of great blocks right there. The only thing that I would say, and I would tell Peyton Tinsley, is don't throw your hands up in the air to say you're innocent, because it's the surest fire's way to make somebody think that you're holding. See right here on the edge,
guilty
throws
when
those
you
hands
do
up.
that.
You know, it almost begs to be called.
Now it brings up second and 2. Ball on the 24. Straight ahead, Jake Wilson. He comes back a little bit with a sidestep, may have cost him the first down.
Well, I'll tell you what cost him was big Max Spates, number 75 for TCA. Again, 6'3", 300 pounds. By the way, nephew of the body. That's right, Big Max with a huge tackle right there, blowing up the left side of that Eagle offensive line.
They're saying no gain, so it's 3rd and 2, and is that Spate that came off the field?
Yes, it was.
That's a big loss, and right now he's not far enough off. The referees must stop the game while the young man gets attention.
Yeah, and boy, he goes down. I'm not sure what this injury was. I mean, it doesn't look like a lower leg injury. See what's happening. He's just right there, just past the field of play. So we'll take a timeout. Your score with 2:46 left to go in this football game. TCA 7 and Jackson Christian 6 on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.
Are you overwhelmed? Are you being pulled in too many directions and can't seem to keep it all together? Well, if one of your jobs is managing the print documents for your company, that job just got easier. When it comes to printing, Allegra Print Imaging has you covered. If you need ideas, they've got the experience. If you need solutions, they've got the experts. From graphic design to complex full-color printing, they've got what you need. So don't sweat it. Call Allegra Print Imaging at 664-1676. Online, on press, on time.
And back at Jackson Christian School, we're in an injury timeout. TCA leads 7-6, 2:45 to go. And Jackson Christian's got to do it here because they won't get the football back if they don't score, Bass.
Well, we'll see. They got. I think, how many timeouts do they have left? I'm old.
I believe they have 2 left.
Okay, so it would be hard to do, but you're right. This is their chance.
Third down. Here's the toss out to Tinsley, in and out of his hands. It brings up a big 4th down, and that happens with the wet football and getting in a hurry sometimes.
And you knew what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's what they've done when they've needed the money. Right there in the right flat, just couldn't hold on to it that time, but they had it once again. It would have just taken a cut back inside. They would have at least had the first down. Now here's the play of the game, Coach. 4th and 2 from the TCA 24-yard line. Where you go here?
Well, you could try the screen to the other side. You've got Danielle Brooks, but one-on-one, who's a good player, but it's tough to throw in this rain like that, anything long. Straight ahead, Jake Wilson, and he's not going to get the first down. He stopped for no gain.
No, I mean, that was just completely blown up right there. That play never had a chance. I'm a little bit surprised on that one. The ball will go over on downs to TCA. That play just completely blown up that time. Let's see if we can get you that number. That's everybody. Now, on the tackle, Harrison Freeman's going to get the credit for the tackle, but that's a host of TCA defenders blowing that one up.
Sure is. Great. They got great penetration. Wilson had been successful earlier, and 2:34 and about 1 first down.
Coach, I'm sorry, I'm not used to your scoreboard. I can't see where the timeouts are listed.
They're not.
That would be why I don't see it.
Now, it's 1st and 10 on their own 25 for TCA. They go with, and now let's see, clock stopped. Is there a flag on the field?
Delay of game on the Lions.
That makes it a little tougher. 1st and 15. And they've run another one of the Petes out there on the field because there's no 34 on there. Let's see if it's 24. Very tight formation, almost a single wing type or double wing, and Davis straight ahead spinning, and he stopped after a gain. And you almost have to stop the clock right here, Bass.
Well, and they will. An immediate timeout called by Coach Palmer, and the Eagles will keep it right here. The high school football game of the week brought to you by So they had all 3 timeouts. Okay, the Eagles just exercised their first timeout, so they still have 2 timeouts here. 2nd and 11 for Trinity Christian from their own 24-yard line. High school football brought to you by Allegra Design, Print, and Mail. See Mike and Karen Ashley located Old Hickory at Hollywood. By Dermatology and Skincare Consultants, Medical, Surgical, Cosmetic, locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Learn more at dermandskincancer.com. Let's get that sheet, if you will, with Kenny's info on it, if you don't mind.
It's right over here.
Thank you, young man.
I like that sheet.
Yes, sir. Kenny Sutherland, 5-Star Realty, the home buying expert. Call Kenny at 444-1164 or at the office at 661-9000 and search for your next home at kennysutherland.com.
2nd and 11. The ball is on the 24. 2:25, though, left with TCA leading by 1. Here's the handoff, or keeping actually. Goodwin running wide, using time. And that looks like Campbell Scott with the first hit, and then knocking him down is Cooper Cantrell.
Yeah, that was Campbell Scott has done a great job tonight of recognizing plays immediately and taking good angles that time, and he did just enough to slow up Needham Goodham, and then he had help from his friend, his Cooper Cantrell. Those one little shivers right there and knocks him to the ground. Immediate timeout. 3rd and 11. We're going to keep it right here. 3rd and 11, Coach, for the Lions from their own 24. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. The Eagles with one more timeout left in their pocket. Now, the one thing that I can tell you with great certainty, and there's been a lot of things that have surprised me in this football game tonight, but if the Lions do not make it, I feel pretty comfortable this time they punt the football.
Yes, I would say you're pretty safe,
Well,
unless
like
it's
time has been added back on the clock here.
Had to. They let it keep running after the timeout was called. Biggest third down for the Eagles, actually for both teams of this
year.
contest.
Of the year.
Because this is a shot at a playoff riding on this play and one more. Here's the handoff. Davis wants to go wide, cuts up the seam, got yardage, comes across the 35. He has got the first down, and you can only stop the clock one more time.
Yeah, that's going to probably wrap it up. You just can't let that happen. That was a simple handoff off left tackle, and Davis, who has just carried the mail for this Lion team the entire night, pretty well defended that time. He cuts back. They're there, just a bunch of broken tackles. He accelerates through, picks up the first down, and should be able to clinch this game.
I see Owen Hughes having a little trouble with his leg, and I think that's the one that had the brace and the knee problems with it, kept him out some of the early games this year.
Now, we'll remind everybody that because, it's been raining all night long, and TCA, for the most part, going out of the shotgun, nothing guaranteed here. Jackson Christian is going to be going after this football, trying to force the turnover. Eagles have certainly had their chance, and, Coach, I have to go back to early on in this football game when JCS was inside their own, 5-yard line, and decided not to kick the field goal and roll the dice. They didn't pick up the first down. They got no points for it, and they've only been able to manage 2 field goals. You think about that field goal, and all of a sudden it's a different game.
It really is, and it's a big decision. You show your kids you've got confidence in going for them,
no
but
doubt.
It also, you never know. Here's Davis straight ahead, stood up, ball to the 40, gain of about 1, and this should be the last timeout called by Jackson Christian.
It is, with 1:37 left to go in this football game. The Lions call their final timeout. Now, they can't quite salt away the entire football game, but they can get it down to very little left. I think right around under 20 seconds left to go before they would have to make that decision. But right now, it's critical hour at the club for Jackson Christian. High school football brought to you by Snappy Tomato Pizza North. Great pizza, great fun. Order online at snappytomato.com or stop by 1187 Van Drive here in Jackson, Tennessee.
Great football game so far.
Don't forget, we've got the scoreboard show coming up for you, the post-game show coming your way directly after this one, and we'll be going till 11 o'clock. We'll get you the latest on all the games going on, and by the way, we'll check and see just exactly where that game is with South Gibson and Franklin Road, and we have the potential for a little free football. We'll let you know about that here in just a few minutes. In the meantime, back at it. Here's second down. 1:37 left to go. Lions with the ball.
2nd and 8. Tight formation. Be a snap to Goodwin. He'll keep it as he sprints to the right, looking for yardage, using up time. And tackled again by Campbell Scott, who you have said has played a heck of a game out there.
He has, but I wonder now. I don't know what the quarterback was going to do, but that quarterback, I don't know. He looked like he might have been trying to head out of bounds, which would have been a huge mistake for TCA. But he's tackled inbounds nonetheless. That wasn't a horse collar, so good job by the official there on the scene. Coach Butler wanted one, but that keeps that clock running. We're down to 1:05, and it's 3rd and 7.
And the back official will relay how much time as far as he goes up with his hand. David knows more about that. That tells you how much time you've got on the clock, because the clock's not working tonight where your play clock is.
47 seconds left to go in this football game, and TCA calls the timeout. So if this play takes any more than 7 seconds, this football game will be over.
And it could easily. They may try to run it out. Bass, we've got some great people that have brought you this football game.
You know, I was thinking the same thing, Coach. It's like, it's like we're the same person.
Two great minds.
Like Outback Steakhouse. The number one Outback in the entire state of Tennessee is right here in Jackson, Tennessee, just down the street. They've been voted so by basically everybody. They're that good. 194 Stonebrook Place right here in Jackson. My friend Ian Insulaco, just heard from him a few minutes ago. He's listening to the game. Always great to talk to my good friend Ian Insulaco. 3rd and 7 for Trinity Christian. 47.2 seconds left to go. The Eagles with no timeouts. To say they need a stop here, understatement of the year.
They've got to get penetration and get the man down very quickly. Bass told you the truth. You cannot let 7 seconds run off that clock. And here comes first down. Sliding down is Davis. And did they call him out of bounds, or they just stopped it for the?
It won't matter.
It won't matter.
That's a wrap, Jack. Man, what a game! What a game! This one's going to end 7-6. 35 seconds left. TCA. What an effort by both of these football teams. It wasn't the most aesthetically pleasing game you've ever seen in your life, but it was very entertaining nonetheless.
Well, under the conditions, there were a couple of things you could, but the kids all, for both teams, gave it a good effort.
That's going to do it. The Lions won't have to snap this football again. Your final score here from Jackson Christian. Trinity Christian comes back and wins this one 7-6 over Jackson Christian. We'll take this 4-minute timeout, come back and tell you all about it with the highlights and totals, and open up that post-game show for you here on Jackson's News Talk 101.5 FM and WNWS.com.